right, I believe, are freaking live right now. Um, Hell yeah. So this is obviously a bit of a different video. Now you guys are actually seeing my my desk, my messy fucking desk. But yeah, I don't know. I want to post some stuff on this channel, obviously. And what better way than I I I've been doing model kits since I was like in college. And I like building them. I'm like, fuck it, why might as well just ramble and fucking do a live stream talking about model kits and stuff while I build this Pokemon model kit. I got this for like $5 on some website. I'm pretty sure it's legitimate. We're about to see, I guess. I mean, it's got the Bandai logo, so it must be official, right? So, yeah, fuck it. I also got this. This is a Star Wars one. It's Mandalorian. But we'll see how quick we finish this guy up. But if it's not too quick, then maybe I'd like to say we'll save this Mandalorian guy for later, but I'll probably just do it myself. But fuck it, I was like, you know what? If people like this, if people tune in, fuck it, we'll do this. This is like, yeah, like I've seen like model kit building live streams and stuff for like Gundams and stuff like that, and basically this whole stream I'm going to be talking about like pretty much anything, but also just my love for model kits and stuff like that, and why I find it really fun. And yes, I am wearing a jacket because it's fucking freezing in my man cave here. Yeah, I have a shit ton of model kits, like a ton of Gundam model kits. In fact, I still have some at my parents' house because it's just like I have so many Gundam. Like here, I will turn the camera. I'll move it here. Yeah, those are all model kits down there. Like that's not even that's not even half, right? I couldn't even fit half where I am right now. Like technically I could put it up here, but it's not consistent, and I care about consistency. Unless if it's a mess, then like fucking like downstairs, I don't give a shit. But like for like my collectibles and stuff, I like everything organized and stuff. So obviously I'll need shelves and stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna go right into this. Yeah, I got a little B right here. I won't show the label because we are not sponsored by this. Hey, what model kitting's all about. I'm grabbing a B, grabbing a drink, get to see a little bit of stomach right there. That was disgusting. All right, we're gonna hide that. And just fucking, it's okay. So I don't have like meditation or whatever. Like I don't meditate. I don't do none of that shit. But fucking, this is my meditation right here. Is like model kit and shit like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. That's right. We don't use regular knives here. We use overly dramatic knives. I don't remember where I got this actually. Let's see. Open this bad boy up. Oh. Hell yeah, brother. This is the most unhinged fucking stream. I am so bad by myself. I don't know why I did this to myself. I could have just listened to an audiobook, enjoyed myself. Let's put that back in the sheath just in case there. This is also might be a good like one-on-one, like if hey, I've never built a model kit. What's it like? Well, this is a good example of what it's like basically. So yeah, let's dig into this bad boy. Now this one is very beginner friendly. Obviously it's directed toward children and stuff. That's why you know, you don't have to paint shit. You don't even need the clippers. I like the clippers, but you don't necessarily need them. And a little sanding nail filer to sand any nubs and stuff. A lot of Gundams are a little bit like higher end, more advanced, like especially when you get to the really expensive stuff, you want every tool at your disposal. But for a simple model kit like this, and even like a entry grade Gundam and shit like that, like you only really need you only really need one of these pliers and just a little sander. But yeah, this one is fairly simple. In fact, it doesn't even require the pliers. You can just kind of take off the pieces. But this is what the inside looks like. Yeah. So we got tray. I forget. Are these called trays? I don't remember. Now, with model kits, of course, you have fucking stickers. I hate stickers, but in every single model kit, you're gonna get stickers. There are water decals in which you put them in water, and it's much easier to slide on, but those involved a lot more tools to slide in. This is just a regular sticker pack kind of thing. And they're relatively big. Where it gets annoying is when, like, they're incredibly fucking small. So, yeah. Alright, so we got that pack. Oh, wow. Not a lot of packs in this one. Not a lot of packs. That's good. And then we got your instructions here. Yeah. So, let's open these instructions up here. Alright. Alright, let's see. Where are we beginning here? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is like, if you're into Pokemon, like, say you want to get into Gundam, maybe, and Gunpla and collecting Gundams and stuff, I will show you off some. Just the front row ones, because I don't want to get too crazy with it. But, yeah, this is like your standard Gundam. It's a little dusty. This is the very first one I ever built. I did some line paneling on it. Yeah, you basically, like, these trays turn into this guy when you're doing Gundams and stuff like that. Yeah, and this is entry grade 1. Then you have high grade, which is like higher quality of a build. And I'm blanking out here. What am I talking about? You have a high grade, and usually they go in 1 to 144 scale for the Gundams. That's like the smallest version. But high grades are good quality. Master grade is great quality. And then you have 1/100s, which are like bigger than this one. And then you have 160s, which are like really big. But yeah. So that's where I kind of fell in love with model kitting. Obviously, I was into Legos and stuff. But yeah, model kitting is my preferred choice. It just is a lot more involved. And yeah, let's so we got our directions here. Let's go through. We don't have a ton of room on this desk. I'm trying to garbage can up in this bitch. Oh. All right. Got a garbage can in here, so I can throw all this shit away. All right, groovy. And on each of these, why am I blanking out on these? Let's just call them trays. They will have a letter and a number. So sometimes you'll get multiple, so you'll have B1, B2, and B2 will have a lot of the parts from B1, but B1 will have extra parts for certain sections, but B2 will be like, if you have to build an arm and a leg, you'll use like the same parts from B1 and B2 at the same time. So we might see some of those, we might not. This only has like 3 trays, which is kind of surprising to me. So this is going to be a really quick build. If I don't fuck up everything. Yeah, then we got A1. Alright, let's open this guy. You're used to Pokemon card openings. How about a Pokemon fucking model kit opening? And again, this is like the perfect entry. Like, if you want to get into Gundams, do one of these Pokemon ones. Because this is my first time doing a Pokemon one. I was like, ooh, Pokemon model kit. And then I realized it was very, like, beginner friendly. I'm like, oh, wow, this would be, like, a good, if, like, you have kids or something like that and they want to get into model kitting. Maybe they're bored of Legos or Legos aren't doing anything for them, but they're not into, like, car model kitting or plane model kitting. Then I think something like this, catering toward their interest, would be good. And every kid loves Pokemon. I liked Pokemon. You know, I wasn't, like, a huge fan. I watched the cartoon when I was a kid. I believe it was on, like, Cartoon Network or something like that. played Ruby, Sapphire. I got a little bit of Diamond or I forget if it was Diamond or Pearl. Um, but yeah. All right. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like B2, it's some extra bits and stuff. Sometimes it'll be the same stuff that you see on B1. Other times it'll just be its own thing. All right, so let's see. Let's make some room here. Move some shit around. Oh, and excuse the obnoxious anime pad. The fucking mouse pad, the Virgin mouse pad. It's fucking like I was just looking on Amazon. I'm like, I don't know, this looks fine, and then I've had it for like 5 years. Let's see, where do I want to put it? I'll put B2 here. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. So I'm just gonna be chatting. Let's start building. All right. So in the instructions, we got A2. I like to follow step by step. I don't like to go ahead of the instructions or whatever. I like to stay right on topic because that's where shit gets a little dicey. That's when we start messing up, right? So we got A2 right here. So let's get A206, and these are snap off. Like these should just. And that's the number one problem with model kitting is you'll snap something off and it'll land on the floor and then you can't find it. It gets real bad when you get into the real tiny crevices. Now, I have to look where the fuck this thing fell. I just saw it. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Especially, oh god, I had brown carpeting in my room and I would be building these model kits and fucking, brother, it was like straight up 15 minutes trying to find these little tiny pieces. Oftentimes they'll leave extras in the trays, but you never know. You never want to take that gamble. You know what? Let's move this microphone because I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me if I speak a little louder. All right. Let's get a little organized here. All right. Let's get 6 and B1. We got B1 right here. All right. B1, 1. All right, easy enough. So I'll just show you what you would do with the pliers, and I might use them from time to time, is you basically just line them up to where you want to cut. But what you don't want to do, you want to make sure, like with this one right here, that you don't cut the stub that's necessary. You always end where they meet. So if it's attached to the actual part, you don't want to cut that part off. And then sometimes the instructions will be like, hey, do not cut this part off if it's like if you can't really tell. But like for the most part it's self-explanatory. So right here you would just nip it, and oftentimes you could just twist it off. Now with a real great model kit thing, you wouldn't have that option. You would always snip every single part, because what happens if you twist it is you'll get like these massive nubs. You can't really see it here, but just imagine like a massive nubbing. You would have to sand that motherfucker, even like cut it off with the pliers and then sand it. And you would do that by taking a filer here and then just going like that, very easy. And bam, no parts sticking out. This is especially important with like Gundams because if any part sticks out and you're trying to put parts together, then it's just a catastrophe, you know. Yeah. Just there we go. All right. So we got 2 parts. Let's see. Okay. We got our first sticker here. So way you identify sticker is usually it'll say sticker right there, and you can't really see because of the light, but that says 3. Now we look on our little sticker sheet, and that guy is number 3, so we'll just put that right on the tongue. You want to do everything exactly the way the picture shows. You don't want to deviate at all. There's no like Lego is like, oh, you can kind of do whatever. This one, nah, model kitting is very strict. Obviously, there's like kit bashing, which is where you grab 2 model kits and bash them. Like there's the Gundam Build-A-Fighters that like really influence you to do that. But if you're just sticking with a regular model kit, you'll just want to stick with the thing. All right, and then let's just snap this guy together. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is. Our first step complete. Well, not yet because we got A2, 7. All right. I'm just so used to using the pliers, and like I don't necessarily trust when they're like, "Oh yeah, you could just snap the pieces right off," because then that just creates more sanding, basically. That's why I call it, at least. Filing, sanding, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there we go. I have the dirtiest fucking nails. I work in tech. How do I have such dirty nails? Jesus. I mean, obviously I work in tech. Like, look at my fucking stomach here, but... self-deprecation. I'm eternally sad. Okay. Fucking... oh, jeez. Alright. So, where are we here? Right. So we're gonna put that guy right on top. This is extra, like... If you have small fingers, this is the ideal hobby. I have massive fucking meaty fingers, so it's not great for this type of hobby. But look at that. I like model kitting because I like to observe the build and stuff like that. Like I just got into like building Lego cars and stuff like that. I might even do some model kitting cars. Not necessarily because I have an interest in cars. I mean, I have some interest, but like I can't name anything off the top of my head. Like I'm not into cars like that. But like I like the build of it. I like experiencing the build, what the build offers, and stuff like that. Some builds are just like I want to die. Like it's so poorly done, I want to die. And like with Gundams especially, like sometimes they're very top heavy, so it's really hard to stand them up without a stand. So you're buying a stand for a model kit that you might not necessarily like, you know. I think you could buy like I've bought so many classic Gundams generally, but like the RX 78-2, like that's what the Gundam model is called for the traditional Gundam guy that you've probably seen around, aka this feller right here. Maybe we'll have him join us. He's very loose because he has been around with me since probably when did I start college? Like 2017, 2018. So, yeah. Yes, sirree. And especially model kitting was very helpful for me during the pandemic. There wasn't a lot to do. So, naturally, I kind of went to this. So, B2, 22. Okay, you want to be extra careful with these small pieces. These small fuckers... You'll twist them and then they pop right out, and then you spend half an hour trying to find them. Okay, there we go. And these are pretty well made, I will say. I mean, they're cheap, but they're pretty nicely done. Let's see here. How am I doing this? Which way am I doing this? Okay, now I understand. Alright, there you go. Sometimes, you know, the directions might not be clear, so look at the part and look where it would obviously fit. Like, for example, right here, I was struggling. I'm like, where am I? You can't really see, but there's a little nub right here. And I'm like, oh, okay, there we go. Push it in there. So, I don't know if that made a whole lot of sense. Alright, so let's do B118. That's this guy, B118. Here we go. It's so satisfying to hear a little snap on these, you know, with the clippers. At least I find them satisfying. This looks like we're working primarily on the face. Usually with Gundams, they start with... I mean, it's really circumstantial. Hold on, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. Okay, B18 is that way. B17 is the other way. It's circumstantial. You know, sometimes you start with torso, and then the little head, and then after that, arms, legs, and then or sorry, chest, and then torso is at the end, and then you put arms on the body, and then chest or legs on the torso. All right, so let's. Again, I don't have a lot of room to work with here. Usually I do this at my kitchen table. Let's see here. All right. I remember after my 11 o'clock shift at ShopRite, when I worked there during college, I would get my Gundam kit, and like that night I would just build it if I didn't have a morning class. I was like a whole Red Bull deep, just fucking building a model kit during the summer too. So I would be like, I would be like in like my underwear, just fucking building model kits because my room was so hot. That's fucking stupid, but it's true. I did that like on pure Red Bull, or sometimes my parents would come in and be like, "Jack, what the fuck?" I'm like, I gotta build this model kit. All right, so A220. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm just a nerd. But guys, I'm getting married to a beautiful woman, a gorgeous woman. Okay, it's possible. Listen, it is possible. Okay, nice guys. Nice guys sometimes don't finish last, right? Nice guys are patient. Let's see what we got here. Oh. Let me show you. Sorry about this. All right, where were we? All right. That guy just goes in there. Perfect. All right. There we go. Take a little drink. All right. 8-19. But yeah. So. Yeah, see, you don't want to do what I just did, where I just twisted it around and around. These ones are kind of designed to do that. But unlike a Gundam model kit or any other model kit, you would not want to do what I just did. But these are very beginner friendly, so we're going to make it an exception here. Let's see, am I doing that right? Yeah, I think so. Well, it comes in handy with like more difficult model kits, and some outright include it. Like you have to have like hobby glue and stuff like that. Hobby glue. Like I built this book nook. It's like one of the hardest things I had to build, and it was all made out of wood too. So like my hands were blistered. I mean, it came out looking nice, but like everything has to be precise. And I'm much more of a chaotic type of builder. Like some people have their own little like sections to put trays in and stuff like that. And like magnifying glasses. Fuck that. I do everything just with my bare hand. If it's not with my bare hands, then fuck it. I don't want it. Wow. Don't fucking break. There we go. Alright. Where are we here? Alright, B1, 2. B1, 2. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so. Model kitting's fun. Model kitting is enjoyable. Let me sand that part a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not like I don't buy a bunch of like fancy shit. I buy the tools I need basically. I just roll with it, you know. I used to not even sand the stubs off of my Gundam. Some of them are a little like stubby, you know. And then sometimes you can have like a liner marker, and you can't really see with the camera because, well, you can kind of see with this arm. You see where like those lines are. You have to like draw those in. You know, if you want any additional detail, you have to paint. You have to line or yeah, you have to paint by yourself basically any additional details you want. And some people really get custom into that. I just kind of do it whatever's out of the box. That's how it is kind of thing because I'm not a great painter. I mean, I'll even show you. These are model kits in a way. Let's grab one of these. What's a really good one? Let's see here. Yeah, these guys are really dusty, but these are Warhammer miniatures. And these guys require glue and stuff for all of the bags and stuff like that because each part that you put on the figure will match whatever gameplay tool you need. So, like, say instead of a chainsaw store, you wanted a gun, you would glue a gun then. Vice versa with a grenade. These are hella dusty because these are some of the first ones I made. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I like Space Marines because they are like 3 solid colors and that's it. You could do extra shit if you want to them, but they are 3 solid colors, you know. And then I have Storms. Oh, I forget what they're called. They're from Age of Sigmar, and they're pretty cool. So, yeah, like this hobby, you could basically build anything as long as it's available to you. Okay, where are we here? All right, now we're going to attach the jaw. Or is this the upper jaw? No, this is just all of it, I think. There we go. Let's see if the mouth. Yep, there we go. We got our head. Look at that. Huh? You can close it. You can fucking open it. Got a top tooth. And the eyes are going to be the stickers. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Alright, B116. There we go. Okay. Just make sure that's not too... It's a little nubby there. Alright. There we go. Fits like a charm. Now we got the stickers. Let's get into those. Now, this is where little hands would come in handy. Because you could probably do this a lot easier than what I'm about to do. Okay. So, you could either use, like, I think, a pliers and put one end on the very tip of the pliers, but these, it's pretty obvious where to put them. Well, maybe not, because I'm a fucking idiot. Hold on, did I do? Wait, what? Oh, what? Oh, psh, I wasn't paying attention to the instructions. Okay. Never mind. So this one goes on this side. And like crinkling up a sticker is the worst fucking thing in the world, because then it's like, oh shit. Like now it looks like shit on my model kit. There we go. All right. We got an eyeball. Look at that. Now we need one more eyeball, and thankfully, those are the only stickers on this fucking kit. Hooray! Thank fuck. My God. Yeah, let's line you up here. I know a magnifying glass would probably help out with my back issues here, but you know what? Fuck that. Alright. There we go. There we go. Cool shit. That deserves a little drinky poo. A little liquid courage. Alright. So now we got A1. Right here. Da, 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 da. Or actually, let's do B113. Alright. There we go. 19. Oh boy. And this is really relaxing, you know. Super relaxing. It really is. Unless if you fuck something up, then it's the most chaotic thing in the world and you want to kill yourself. Or unalive yourself in Minecraft. 14. There we go. Alright. Alright. So, we'll put that in here. Shit. Oh, wait, no. I got it. We'll put this in here. Wow. Alright. But yeah, I wanted to do this for another reason. I might be doing a video on Gundams, and I wanted to talk about model kitting in general and stuff, so I might use some footage for this stream. If not, then I won't. And that'll be that. Perfecto. Snug like a bug. Snug like a freaking bug. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, I was never really into Pokemon, but I like the creature designs and stuff like that. That's why I picked this guy up, and he was really cheap at a Big Bad Toy Store. So I'm not sponsored by them, but I do really like them. They just deliver like stuff you wouldn't find off of Amazon, and like the stuff they do have is very well priced and very reasonable, especially when they're having sales. And everything ships relatively quickly. Obviously not at Amazon Prime speed, but maybe a little faster than at eBay. eBay is also a great place for Gundam and stuff like that. There's a lot of sellers on there, even just in the American market. You know, so you don't have to wait forever for it to ship from Japan. We do get stuff pretty late in America, but like even still, when we do get stuff, it's really good. All right, there we go. Oh man, all right. I think you are here. Does this not look fun to you? Why are you all quiet? Are you just voices in my head? I told Peter this would be a fun stream to do together when he was still living with his parents. And like to build Gundams together, but he never wanted to because he's a fucking loser. Okay? Let no one tell you any different. That guy, number one, shady. Number two, dumb and stupid. So yeah. Top 10 reasons why he's an idiot. Alright. Okay, so put that aside. B114. B114. Here we go. Right here. And B112. B112. It's funny because the model kit community, like on YouTube, is so peaceful and nice, you know? And that's great. Like Bob Ross level of just like calm and like, oh, okay. Today we are going to be doing this and that. Meanwhile, I'm just like, ah, fuck, where the fuck is the fucking thing? You see how, like, tiny pieces, especially when you have big fingers, can be a little troubling. Be a little pain in the ass sometimes, but... And again, you don't need to sand, you know? I like doing it just because it makes it look a lot smoother, a lot less rigid. Although the older the model kits get and the dustier they are, like, I wish I had dusted off my model kits and cleaned them up a lot more, because now they look just kind of dirty. But they're still good for display pieces and stuff like that, so I keep them around. Let's see if we can put some music up in here. Let's see if we can get the tunes going. Huh? Yeah, you want some non-copyright Final Fantasy lo-fi mix? Let's do it. And then afterwards I'll put whatever I put on here in the description below. That's good. I already had one picked out from earlier. But I'll make sure there's no like ads in between. Oh, let me turn that down so you can somewhat hear my magical voice. The headphones are causing chaos. Alright. Let's see here. A113. A113. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I did this. I was like, I might as well just hop on stream. And then I'm just like, what the fuck do I talk about without anyone being here? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, oh, I'll just fucking, I don't know, I'll just talk. And then, like, when you're by yourself, you're like, what the fuck do I talk about? Here, I'll just fucking talk about anything. Right now, I am trying to find my next manga read. I want to get back into reading manga. I mean, I read, you know, I read the shonen stuff. Like, I've caught up to Dan to Dan, caught up to Sakamoto, finished JJK and stuff like that. But I'm trying to figure out, I have a bunch of manga that I already own that I really need to read. So it's more so like, Jack, pick something to read kind of thing. So I have to just stick to something. But my problem is sticking with something. So I want to, once I start reading, I want to read everything. I have that problem as a kid. I was always like reading 5 books at once. Like, that was always me. I could never just pick one book because I'm like, what if I get bored of this one? Then I have to read this one. Nowadays, I've gotten better, especially on my personal channel, Jack Hudson. I am going to be doing a Cosmere review. Basically, I'm going to be reviewing every single Brandon Sanderson Cosmere book for the first time. So I just finished the Mistborn trilogy like a week ago, so I have to get that review up this week. See, for these small pieces, you want to make sure you have a hold on them. You get them out. There we go. So that should be coming out this week. Yeah, I've always loved reading, especially with like this hobby, like model kitting. There's nothing like just putting on an audiobook and just doing a model kit. It's so fun and great because sometimes when you're doing stuff while listening, like cleaning or something, while listening to an audiobook, it could get kind of distracting. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be cleaning, you're like, wait, what the fuck just happened? And you have to like go back. But with model kitting, I feel like you're sat down, you're in a calm environment. You know, it's not like you have to get this done today. You can pick it up whenever you want. I have a thing where like I have to finish the model kit in one day. I don't know what it is about me. It might be the autism, but like I must finish it in one day. You know what I mean? All right, let's see here. All right, we got our first arm. There we go. Hello. Right. All right. Next one. And model kitting's pretty cheap. Like you could get a beginner grade model kit for like barely under $20 easily. And then you get to the more expensive ones, and then that's where it gets, you know, that's where you're spending a lot of money. All right. God, I love Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy probably has some of the best music in gaming. I know, hot take here. Nothing but hot takes on this stream. But yeah, like Final Fantasy has some of the most fire tracks of any video game. Same with Kingdom Hearts and even Sonic the Hedgehog. That's right. Sonic the Hedgehog. Live and learn, dude. I won't sing it now because we'll get copyright claimed up in this bitch. But like, that's a good thing about video game music too, is you're pretty safe with just putting video game music in the background of like reviews and stuff like that. Generally, people don't give a shit. Nintendo might be the only ones who really give a shit. But God forbid you put like a movie score in your background. Okay, you might as well just lock yourself up in Guantanamo Bay right now, because like, fuck it, you're not getting away with anything owned by Warner Brothers or any of that shit. Especially with movie clips. That's why I'm so nervous with like video essays and stuff. I use a lot of images. And I've been trying to get better at, you know, crediting artwork that I use in my videos. Trying to get better at that. But yeah, like, oh my god, for any clip you want to use for a movie, you have to cut every 10 seconds. And sometimes that's a bit much. You know, I'm thinking about doing something like that, so maybe I will in the near future start using more clips instead of just using images, because I want to talk about Gundam really bad. I think that's my next video essay on here, is to talk about Gundam. It was actually one of my first videos that I made on my personal YouTube channel, was about Gundam and my love of it and stuff. And now I kind of want to, like, that video came out like 4 years ago. I was very inexperienced. Now I want to take everything that I learned the past 4 years of doing YouTube. And again, I don't have a ton of views, obviously, but just taking that and a video and editing it to where I would find that I like it, you know. I'm by no means a perfectionist with most things, but with video editing, I like to think that I am. Now, of course, I go through the video 100 times during editing to make sure everything is correct and right and exactly how I want it, and then I release the video, and then I notice like 5 fucking mistakes. But that's just how it be sometimes, you know. But I love video editing. Video editing is a lot of fun when it's something you're passionately talking about. You know, the most annoying part of editing are cuts. When you have to make a bunch of cuts, take out the ums and the hahs and the silence pauses and stuff like that. Like, that stuff could get really annoying to edit. Like, basically my editing structure is this, right? I get all the video that I need, sync them up to the audio. First thing I do. First thing before I do anything. Then what I do is I comb through, do nothing but get rid of long silences and ums. And I've gotten so good to the point where I can notice the ums in the sound waves. And then just listening back to that section over and over and over until I'm pretty sure there are no ums. And guess what? I miss a lot too. I still miss a ton, but that's okay. You know, but that's okay. So long as my points get across in my videos, people like my videos, that's good. Or it could be like the Dune video, where, well, I got like 1K likes on that video, but a lot of the comments were like, it's dumb to say that Paul Atreides is the villain. He's a morally great character. And while, yes, there's a ton of nuance to Paul Atreides from Dune, he's also kind of evil. You know, genociding a whole galaxy, I would say, is not really it's not what a good person would do. All right, for these sections of the instructions, sometimes you'll see right here, can't really see because it's very light, but it says X3. That means we're going to be making 3 of everything. So that's what that means generally. So this is the point where it becomes like really repetitive, to where you're not even thinking, you're just doing. So A18. Oh, we're on A2. Even though they're the same thing, I like to generally follow it, just because it makes it's just a way of making sure that I don't screw up. What's that? Okay, this is A8. This is 8, 9. But yeah, editing can be fun. It's like fun because you can't wait for the product to finally be out. And the product's out and you're happy for like the first hour the video came out. Then you watch it a couple more times and you're like, man, I really fumbled the bag on this, and this part. But most of the time, honestly, I don't think people notice YouTube editing mistakes. Like, even people who I've been following for years on YouTube, I notice like editing mistakes all the time in their videos. But I think generally people tend not to notice, unless if it's like really apparent. And I have tried the text. I guess it uses AI to like cut out your silences and ums, but it often gets confused with mumbled words sometimes, and it'll interpret that as a pause, and it'll just cut out like a whole word, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't want that whole word, and then you have to move the entire timeline to like extend that clip. It's a disaster. But the bonus is you get the majority of your cuts done. So it's kind of like do what you think will drive you less crazy. I am kind of a perfectionist when it comes to editing, like my video essay stuff. Like if it's a tier list thing, I could kind of give a shit if there's like an inappropriate cut and stuff, because that's like a low maintenance video to make. But for other but for like main video essay stuff, then I tend to really try to focus in on what I'm doing. Yeah. I've been having that kick. I've been having that kick to watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood again. Either watch it or read it, because I own the hardbacks of the manga. And I actually just got the deluxe edition of the Vagabond Volume 1. It's so nice and so good. I already have the 3-in-1 Vizbigs Vagabonds. Those are like huge. Or they're not. Well, yeah, they're decent size. But they were so hard to find. Like, I couldn't find Volume 4 forever. Once I finally completed this set, I'm like, okay, now I will read Vagabond. I have to have a complete set before I like read anything, most times, because like I don't want to wait, you know. A18. Are these not just the same thing? These are just all the same thing. I think I just go buck wild, right? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go buck wild on these. Yeah. Yeah, I like a complete set. Like Goodnight Poon, I could not have like gotten to like Volume 6 and then Volume 7 be sold out. I'm like, I have to fucking wait. No, like there's no way I would be able to do that. There's just no way. It like end of discussion. No way possibly would I be able to do that. Oh, maybe it's the sides? Oh, I think it's the sides. Okay, so what did I do? A2. Okay. A2. So let me flip these then. I'm kind of going in reverse here, but that's okay. Just getting a little cocky. Yeah. Like, Goodnight Poon, reading that, like, only media you're consuming, no TV, no nothing else. You're just reading Goodnight Poon for like 1 or 2 days. It's such a good experience, and I might try to make a video too, or maybe me and Peter will talk about it on stream. But I would also really like to make a video on why I feel like judging a manga chapter by chapter is kind of not great, because you don't get the full experience of the narrative, you know what I mean? Whereas like a lot of people might complain Wano is very long. Wano from One Piece, very long arc. And I would agree. But I would also say that if you read Wano, not chapter by chapter, week by week, but all in one go, like, not saying like do it all in one day, but saying that's the only thing you consume, it gets better, because you forget certain little details. And I know the majority of people don't remember everything that happened from like 10 chapters ago. I know I certainly don't. And then I go on YouTube and you're relying on someone to relay that information for you when something could be interpreted the wrong way. Especially when it comes to talking about manga. So I almost want to do that, because I felt like Sakamoto like was getting a little like, wow, we're doing a lot of flashbacks here. And they kind of are. But like once you read Sakamoto from beginning to where it's at right now, it's like, oh yeah, that like this is really well this is a really well paced story. But you don't really get that when you're reading it week to week, or sometimes every 2 weeks, you know. And then what if a manga goes on hiatus? You know, then you're just kind of stuck there. All right, we got these 3 guys all set and done. Beautiful. So these guys, we'll probably have us attached to the torso pretty soon, or chest. Oh no, are we gonna leave that all off to the end? Close to the end. We're almost to the end, actually. All right. Yada, yada, yada. All right. Okay. Oh, another 3. Oh, wow. A lot of these are just all in 3s. Okay, cool. So now I can finally start, like, mindlessly talking. Yeah. And I feel like superhero comics don't really have that problem because here's what superhero comics do. Yes, they have like 78 issues, let's say, in a single run. Generally, if it's a good run, you'll have like around maybe 70 issues. Maybe let's be charitable, say 40, 50 issues. A lot of the time, the writer will plan in advance for the graphic novel. Now, what does that mean? It means graphic novels take 15 issues of a run and put them all in one book. So writers will write into that like, okay, so let me write a storyline that will finish up in 5 issues, and still have an overarching story, but also have like a little. It's basically like a little 5-issue mini arc where it still has somewhat a beginning and end, but also leaves you wanting to keep reading more for the overall plot. All right, let's see here. There we go. Right? Yeah. Whereas manga, they have arcs, but arcs are much longer. Arcs are much, much longer. They're like, let's say a comic book is 24 pages, right? Manga is generally around, depending on the manga, let's just say your generic Shonen Jump is around 21 to 24 pages. After 50 chapters, that's one arc complete, generally, in a manga. 20 or 40 chapters, 24 pages each. Whereas with a manga, with a comic book, it's like five or 6 issues, and then that arc is complete, you know? Alright, so what's next here? Okay, I see what we're doing here. Yeah, it's just different ways of storytelling between comic books and manga. Boy, I don't know how solo podcasts or streams do this shit, where they're just talking forever. Like, I really like value bouncing off of someone when it comes to like podcasting and stuff like that. You need a sidekick. You need an amigo. Which that's probably why there's so many like white dude podcasts where it's just like 3 white guys in a podcast, which is what me and Peter are essentially. But yeah, you can kind of understand because like once you start talking, you're like, okay, what else is there? What else is there? But sometimes comedians could just like straight up do like an hour just by themselves. Like Tim Dillon could do that easily by himself. He just talks to himself basically. I mean, he's talking to his cameraman and sound guy Ben, but like he's essentially talking to just an invisible viewer. Whereas I'm just like with any silence, I'm like, okay, how do I feel this? I really do think it's autism sometimes. Not okay. I'm not diagnosed, but like, I took a test online with my fiance and her brothers, and we joked around like, oh, we all have autism, LOL. So a little bit of tease, bit of autism. Alright, I got 3 pieces. Pretty flush. Pretty damn flush. Probably not going to see a lot of what I'm sanding, but just like to make sure so that when we do put them together, everything is flush. Okay, let's lock in here. What are we looking at? This diagram is a little confusing. So I think that's what it's telling me. Well, we'll see. Alright, A12. A12. God, it's already 4:30. Jesus. How long ago we been streaming? Oh, like an hour? Oh, okay. Probably got another half an hour or so. Alright, this is the small one. Yeah, okay, so I think I did this right. Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, I did right. Okay. A3. Okay, I see. I see how it's kind of paced here. It's doing like small one on top and then large one at bottom. I feel like once, like, if we ever got a huge following where we have like a decent amount of people viewing a live stream actually live, this would be a lot more fun. So I could bounce off a chat and stuff, but there's not a lot of people. There's barely anyone on here to kind of bounce off of, but fuck it, we're almost done. We might as well finish it, brothers. I curse a lot. I gotta stop cursing. I really do. Especially, like, I think about, like, when I have kids, like, I really need to tone down my vocabulary. Like, I need to, like, not be like, fuckity, fuckity, fuck. Because, like, as funny as it is, hearing kids curse, it's also like, hey, you probably shouldn't be teaching them, like, oh, filler word is fuck. Like, that's my filler word. It's like, ah, fucking shit, fuck, you know, fucking, like, that's what I do. And like and are a big issue for me, obviously. Especially live streams, you can definitely tell, yeah, like that, that I'm struggling to find a word and such. Okay, so let's move on to this one. But it's hard. It's hard to get rid of those. And you also don't want to nail down the kid and, like, make him feel bad if he has, like, a problem coming up with words like, oh, you said, oh, you said again, you said like, and it's like, it's like, there we go. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's again. Jesus. Oh, fuck it. I'm just gonna say what I want to say. You know, fuck it. Fuck it. But yeah, no, I want to teach my kids. There are better filler words than fucking shit. So that's what I use a ton. And it doesn't make you sound very educated. But also makes you sound cool as fuck. Alright. Yeah, I've been playing Sonic Generations, Shadow the Hedgehog. Dude, it's so good. I grew up on I think one of my first, like, real Sonic games was Sonic Heroes. And I hear they're coming out with a remaster. I'm so fucking hyped for that. I'm gonna pay any money in the world for that, because, like, that was my Sonic game. Looking back on it, like, how people review it, it's like, oh, it's not good. And, like, part of my nostalgia blindness is like, no, it was good. It was good. But, yeah, a lot of those, like, Sonic games for the PlayStation 2 weren't great. According to reviews, again, I could pick it up and be like, I don't know what the fuck these guys are talking about. This is goated with the sauce. Goated. Don't fall. Yeah, this is getting pretty mindless here. But that's fine, you know? It's cool to just, your brain just shuts off and you're just able to work, focus on something, you know? Bow wow. Bow wow. Well, almost fell. Got it though. Don't you worry about a fucking thing. All right. I gotta start doing those like those TikTok lives. You know what I mean? Like just go on TikTok live and like, thanks for the galaxy. Thanks for the galaxy. I'm gonna off myself on stream. I'm gonna off myself on stream. Like do that in Minecraft. Gotta save myself there. But like, yeah, I mean, dude, but isn't that sad if you do that? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get your bag, but like, some of those are just like, ugh, like this is the avenue. Like, just work at a McDonald's, man. Like, you'll be fine. But maybe you get more. I mean, if you get paid more than you would at McDonald's, then by all means, fucking go for it. But I don't know. I think I have too much pride for that, and I think that's an issue too, with me. It's like, no, well, I'll just do that on my own because I don't know, because of some reason for me just being like, oh well, I'm just, I could do it on my own. I don't need no help, and it's like, it's hard to ask for help sometimes, you know. And I say that to like be like a depressing, like sometimes it's really hard to, like, it's just kind of hard, you know. It's like you want to ask for help, but like for me, I'm like, I don't want to like trouble anyone, you know, with my issues, you know what I mean. So I'll just be, no, I'll just deal with it myself. Yeah. That was a little deep. That was, we get deep, boys. We're getting deep. Someone just, my future brother-in-law texted. Oh, you got a car. Oh, wow. Hey, that's pretty good. I'm going to show off his license plate on stream. All right. Nice. Good job there, Mike. All right. I don't know if it's his car or someone else's car, but he just posted a picture car, so I'm gonna assume. But you know what they say about assuming? It'll kill you. I'm lucky that no one's gonna listen this far into the VOD, so I could really say whatever I want. Let me just say some radical shit right here. No, let's not do that, Jack. All right, this is coming together. This is coming together. All right. Oops, out of the way. There you go. I probably should have kept sanding, but yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it. Alright. Almost done with the tail. Oops. Wrong way. Beautiful. Nearly done. Nearly there. All right, cool. Okay, I think small. There we go. A little tail right there. I think we're gonna get all the parts together, it would almost be done. Okay, let me lock in. Okay. This guy. I think I did that right. Yeah. Gotta really pay attention to what order you're doing these in. Oh, okay. Gotta really push him in. I was like, why is it so loose? Okay. Oh, this time. Large, small. Right? Small, small. Yep. Okay. I remember this Pokemon, like, he appeared during Space Sub Emissary in Smash Brothers. It was such a cool reveal. I forgot if he was a boss fight or not. He might have been. Or it might have been, I should say. Alright. So, the main body. Gotta get the... It's pretty much done. Look at that. Pretty epic. Pretty cool. And then we have the stand. Or, no, we got some ears. Or antennas. Whatever the fuck you want to call them. Let's do 6. Okay. Go. Also with model kits, even if you assume a pattern, you should always just double check your instruction sheet because you never know. Something could be slightly different. And then you're fucked when you have an extra piece that's not supposed to be extra piecing. You will know. You will know. You will know. Alright. I think that's it for... Look at that. All complete. Dunzo. Funito. Yeah, this took like barely an hour. Usually, Gundam takes you like an hour and a half to like, well, this is about an hour and a half for beginner grade, but like for one of the more expensive ones, they take a lot longer because there's a lot more detail. But these are pretty unique builds, I will say. Very repetitive, but unique. And cheap. Very cheap. Which is what I like. I get my model kit fill. And then I also don't break the bank. Is there a certain way? Okay, there is a certain way. This one, Funito. Now we got one last one here. Technically two. This one done. All right. All right. Look at that. We got them done. We got her done. Now. Now. now, do the base. This one, finito. Alright, so how exactly... Oh, do you just do it like that? Wow. Ow. That's not super sound structure. Oh, wait. Wait, what? Wait, how are you supposed to... I think it's saying it's supposed to snap. So it should be that way. How is this supposed to look? That still doesn't seem right. Seems very finicky. I guess it is just supposed to rest like that. I guess you just can't really touch it. Alright, well, I'll show you guys. Just this guy. Oh, hello there. There we go. Look at him. There. Hell yeah. Alarm. And he balances on this little cloud pedestal here. Doesn't really have a thing to like snap in, which seems like a kind of a flaw. But this is a $5 model kit, so what are we really expecting here? Point this away from my fucking ugly ass face. Jesus. It's still my ugly ass desk. But yeah, that's model kitting. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if I'll ever do another one of these by myself. If I am gonna do another one, I definitely need someone to bounce off of here. But yeah, that's model kitting. It's fun. It's relaxing. And yeah, the stream has gone on long enough. Let me finish the beer first, and then we can officially call it donezo. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Tune into my channel, Jack Hudson, where I do book reviews and stuff like that. And then, oh, my friend Leon said he's ready now. I've already kind of finished the stream. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's just keep streaming. I'll start another fucking model kit. I'll start another fucking model kit. Alright, let's do this here. Alright, we got the Mandalorian one. So this is our first one. I'm going to go put him away. Gonna put him in the closet. You stay in there, boy. Don't you think of coming out. All right, we're gonna see if we can have Leon on, ladies and gentlemen. You might know him from a couple of our videos. Let's give him a call here. If I can remember how to work fucking Discord, which I don't remember how to do, which is just lovely. Oh, fuck. God, I'm such a fucking boomer. Holy shit. Alright. How the fuck do you call someone on Discord? Message? No, I'm on the message. Hold on. We'll get through this. We will prevail. Call. Here we go. I am ready. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I have my microphone.
Here, hello.
Hey! Alright, let me turn you up for the stream. Alright. Talk for me?
Talking.
Oh, let me turn up. Okay, say ABCDs.
A B C D E F G
Perfect,
H I J. Okay.
Gotcha. Hello there, Leon.
Good.
How we living?
Cold.
Cold. It is cold as fuck.
Cold
That's
as balls.
very true. I am just doing a stream where I did a model kit of what the fuck is this green one's name from fucking Sapphire?
Rayquaza.
Rayquaza. That's it. Just finished that one up. I have another one of the Mandalorian.
What?
So, might as well just start that now. See how long we can keep this stream going before I lose my fucking mind.
So, well, no, congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, super psyched. I talked about that a little bit on stream, getting married and shit. And yeah,
Hey.
it's gonna be pretty fucking sweet.
You guys have a date yet, or?
Yeah. We have a photographer. The problem is, by the way, you're live now. Before I
Okay.
say anything, but like, so don't say anything like controversial.
Got it. Me? Say something controversial?
never.
I would never.
Absolutely never. Yeah, so it's gonna be, well, I won't say the date on stream, but
Obviously.
but yeah, so we're working on our save the dates. The only problem is it's cold out. We don't really want to take our pictures out in the cold, so we're wondering whether to have our photographer basically. Oh my god, there's so many fucking stickers in this pack. Oh, I fucking hate stickers on model kits. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna fucking.
Because that to be so precise and it's annoying.
Yeah, and they're so fucking small too. Oh, I want to kill myself in Minecraft. I don't know if that still works on YouTube, but fuck it. We'll do it live. But yeah, so once we get those,
you trying to push it to summer or whatnot?
No,
we're like warmer.
We're actually gonna do it in December. We rented out a let's just say generally what it is. We rented out a castle, so not like a huge one. It's like a small. It's like.
Like, huh? Damn, YouTube money paying you good then. What the hell?
Yeah, definitely. No, fuck YouTube money. What YouTube money? But yeah, so it's like a small castle or whatever. You'll see it. It's like castle. It's beautiful on the inside, and it's like a Christmas theme kind of thing. So it's gonna be in like early December. So. Yeah, you will be getting an invite once we send out those save the dates. But right now,
I'm honored. Woo!
Why did you say it like that? I am honored. like fucking
I mean,
a Kurosawa movie.
let's see. You are my second friend that's getting married,
Oh
so
yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, because Havoc was the first.
Oh nice. Congrats to him.
Uh, yeah, he was the first. Yeah, he has wife, kid, and everything. He's a
Oh damn, you
full-on
got the
adult.
kid thing. See, I don't. Well, no, that's a lie. I got in touch with the elementary school friend, like a friend of mine from like elementary school through like middle school, early high school.
Hmm.
And I was just like, "Hey man, where you been? You want to grab some drinks?" He's like, "I would. I live in Pittsburgh and I have a kid." And I'm like, "Oh fuck." Oh shit.
That
Like we having
wow.
kids out here now? God damn. I'm still young, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you're still young. Damn, I feel old now.
Nah, you're not that old. You're only what, 2 years older?
Yeah, but 3 zeros hitting me today, or not today, but this year.
Oh damn. 3-0. That's alright. That's
Yeah.
still young. Everyone hypes that shit up like, oh, 30, you're old as shit. Like, nah.
Eh, it I know it's a mental thing and it's like a whole society thing, but it's just one of those things of like, damn, I'm getting old.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
have to
feel
make
that.
I have to make some bigger life decisions and
Oh,
all that
dude.
stuff.
Once I
Oh
started paying
God.
mortgages and shit like that, I was like, I so would love to go just back to college. You know, I'm like, what? You have an essay today? Great. At least you
Let's
pay
do
for the
that.
mortgage.
Oh my God. How has been like living roughing it with living with you and your girl? How's it been?
I mean, it's great. I mean, moving out with another person is the way to go because, like, I would not be able to move out by myself at all. Like,
Hmm.
period. End of discussion. Because we bought our townhouse, so we own everything inside at the very least. Um,
Hmm.
but like, yeah, like rent is even like the same. You'd be paying for like buying some or putting in for a mortgage per month. Like it's crazy, dude.
Hmm.
Ugh. And then paying, car insurance on top of that, on top of every other thing. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'll just do
Yeah.
essays. It's fine. I'll go back.
Yeah, the economy is it's rough out here. I'm not gonna lie, it
Yeah,
is
it
rough out here.
it do be rough out here. Where the fuck is the beginning of these instructions? Oh, there we go. But yeah, man.
I mean, I don't know if I can ask this, but like your thoughts on children, or is that too
Oh,
much?
nah. I mean, me and uh, me and Steph talked about it. We're like, we're gonna enjoy our marriage for like
Hmm.
2 or 3 years, then bring up that discussion. So not anytime soon.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Enjoyed married life for
and
a bit because
yeah.
everybody I know, I'll say that when kids come into the picture,
Oh,
everything just changes.
different playing field. I see that from my cousins. My cousins, like once they have kids, it's like
Mhm.
your whole world centers around those kids or whatever. And it's such a generic thing to say, but like it also does not mean it's not true. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, but anyways, what's been going on with you, Leon? Gentleman Snark, whatever you want to be called here.
Um, well, let's see. Um, a decent amount of things. I mean, nothing too big. Um, I mean, if I have full permission, there's a slight self-promotion, I guess, but
Go for it.
I wrote something.
Oh, nice, dude.
So that happened. Um,
Well, share it with the
yeah,
people.
it's just I mean it came out last month, so technically last year, but yeah, it's just what's the word? Yeah, it's just a book, urban fantasy. It's available on Amazon. Y'all people can go read it and all that stuff. It's a cool story about a detective. But yeah, but that's I won't I won't talk about it too much because this is your stream. But yeah, just
No,
wrote a
man,
book,
dude,
urban fantasy, detective story.
that's awesome. Um, yeah, I
Um,
mean,
yeah, it's
I've wanted to write something for a while, but like, dude, it sounds like you. So, how does that work? Did you go through a publisher or, like, how does that work to get something on Amazon?
so I decided to just self-publish it because creative freedom, that's what
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy, just being able to write my stories without somebody looking over my shoulder constantly. So that's what I did. I've worked on this story for a while now, for years. I've worked on it for years. When the pandemic hit, I've been meaning to work on it more, but pandemic hit and everybody needed money and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
over the years since the pandemic, I kept working on it little by little, and I managed to finish it. Um, had to scrounge up the funds to get a decent editor. Um,
Mm-hmm.
get an editor. I got a bunch of people to kind of like beta readers to read it, to give me their input on the story. A good amount of it has been positive.
All right.
So, then I got my little bro to just make a book cover for
Oh,
it.
cool.
Uh, yeah, he drew
What's
it.
the name of it? I'll pull it up on stream.
Patron Saint of Murder.
Patron Saint.
Uh, yeah, it should pop up. Um, there's just like one review now. There's like I got a few people reading it. So far I got some positive feedback or whatever, but um hopefully that could be a thing or whatever, because that's I'm not gonna lie, that's I started to realize like well throughout the years after graduating college and whatnot, I kind of realized I really like writing, creating stories. It's kind of like the big thing I really like to do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, gonna try and see if I can make that a thing. Obviously, I'm not quitting my day job. I still have a plan in place in case that doesn't work, as we all should. But
Of course.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that's about it. Hopefully I can get a second book out soon. Yes, I do have another one in the works because whoever got rich off of one book, that
Oh yeah,
doesn't
no one,
happen.
no one ever. Um, you know what? If you could send me that link through the Discord, for some reason it's not popping up on here, but I'll also leave a link in the description as well.
All right, cool. Da, 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 da.
But yeah, yeah, I've been. Do you remember Tyler from college?
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Vaguely.
him.
Yeah, him and I have been like he's writing a horror book right now. I'm writing a
Ooh.
anthology to like a fantasy universe I'm trying to build up, but I it's a thing where I have everything road mapped,
Hmm.
but like no story written. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
yeah.
the brainstorm part, all that. Actually, that's a long ass one. Let me shorten that. I hate when Amazon gives you the links. It's
Oh
just so
yeah,
ridiculous.
that's a pain in the ass.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's good. I think I remember you talking about a book you were writing at the time. And that's crazy that it's the same one after all these years.
Yeah, yeah, it took some time. It took a lot of
But
patience,
that's
dedication, but
that's the writing
we got here.
experience, right? You're like you really
Yeah.
wanted to put your best foot forward or whatever. Is it
Hmm.
like are you looking now for just any like person to just like obviously you want people to read it, but just like any amount of like, hey, someone just read this and tell me what you think kind of feeling?
Yeah, pretty much. I gave out a few free copies to people to kind of, give me a review, give me their input on Amazon when they're done with it. Some they're still reading, they haven't gotten back to me yet. I have one person that did,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool. Um, but yeah, anyone that just wants to like just give it a read, it's not it won't take long. Like you could read it within like if you're like a avid reader, you could probably finish it like within a day or two.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick read. Like 258 pages. Anyone could just blow through that. Um,
Oh, this cover's sick.
yep.
That's sick. Let me get an OBS here. I'm working on one monitor here, so it's a little
Mm.
chaotic, but it's all right. We thrive off the chaos. So yeah, guys, this is Leon's book. Oh, you go by Mr. X as your author name. Very cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Certain degree of separation. I don't want people bothering me too much.
sure,
Hi, people on stream.
yeah. Yeah. So Leon's address is oh, that's cool. That's cool, man. Well, congratulations on publishing something. I mean, that's like something off my bucket list, and like you doing it
You
is
see,
just like crazy.
the
What was
funny
that?
thing is that was also on my bucket list. That's why I worked to get it done. It was also on my bucket list.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Well,
just said like F it.
that's awesome, man. So,
But what?
does
But
like
like,
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no. You finish. You finish.
No. You go. You go.
Well, I was gonna say like let's talk more about like your series. I mean, mine is there. It's completed. People are watching this. If you wanna give it a read just for fun, there you go. It's also available on like I think you can find it on like Barnes and Noble too if you want. But yeah, what about like your ideas for like your horror or is it a horror anthology or is it fantasy?
So it's a
Just real.
fantasy anthology, and it's
Mhm,
three short stories in it. That will
mhm.
eventually I will have like a main book series for split up into three eras. I've like half of my year or two has just been planning. Oh wait, hold on. Let me. I'm accidentally on Discord. Let me get on. Not that there's anything bad in
Mhm.
there, but let me. There we go. What was it? Oh yeah, yeah. Like a two or a year and a half, I've just been spending on just planning everything out because I like, and it's subject to change, but I just want the foundation for like the magic and stuff like that.
Ah, the magic system.
Yeah.
Those are
Not that I pay
always
like
tricky.
too much. Like it's soft magic. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, like someone can cast fire kind of thing. Um they need a talisman to do it, but essentially once you create your own talisman, you can then use fire. Uh so that kind of thing. It's mostly
Mhm.
um like there is magic, but it's mostly focused on like vampires, werewolves, that kind of thing. Um
Okay.
but yeah.
So would you say yours is like high fantasy, urban fantasy? Like what realm are you trying to shoot for?
So mine is gonna be a mixture of a lot of things. It's sci-fi and fantasy. So I'm going
Okay.
for pretty much everything I love in in the fantasy genre. Um,
Mhm.
Fantasy and sci-fi. Hold on, let me just focus on this fucking model kit is driving me up the. Oh, okay. I see what it's doing. Okay. It's one of these fucking instructions where you really have to pay attention to what the fuck is happening here. All right, there we go. Um, but the sci-fi, even saying the sci-fi element is a spoiler in itself. But like again, no one's gonna watch this VOD, so who the fuck cares? um, but essentially, like it's the magic users of the world. The They worship gods, but those gods aren't actually gods. They are the high class, aka the people who live up in the clouds, basically. And they have like basically like Star Wars, like Cloud City. They have like that. It's all futuristic and stuff, and they present themselves as gods to the people on this planet. So they view them as
Mhm.
gods, but really they're just like high tech people that put all the magic users down there so that they wouldn't fuck with them. This is very like a bare bones. I don't have my notes right up in front of me, but like they put them down
Mhm.
there to be like, all right, well, we don't want them fucking up our shit, so we're gonna have them view us as gods when really they are technically more powerful than us. in magic wise, but they have technology on their side that can basically do what their magic does, but instead of it being through magic, it's being through technology. And I have this character who essentially goes down there and sees this lady who's a human maid. This is one of the anthology short stories. Um, a servant of a castle who the lord who's a vampire. This is a lot to be thrown out there, but I'm trying to like pace it out as much as possible. Um, the lord is basically like, oh, I'm so in love with you. You know, I'm the right hand of the king, but I'm so in love with you, even though I have a wife. Like, I will. He's doing like, instead of like the vampire, like I am hypnotized you and you are in love with me. It's all about like toxic like love. Basically, he's like, what's the word, like gaslighting and all that shit on her, and just making her fall in love when really he's not in love with her. He's just using her, and then he accidentally gets her pregnant, and he's like, "Well, you're gonna die from this human hybrid thing, and I am of noble blood. I can have no mixed human and vampire blood, so I'm gonna have to kill you." She escapes, and then she's like, "I'm gonna die. Let me kill myself." But then one of the people from above is like, "You know what? I'm gonna help you deliver this baby because we developed this medicine, and you're gonna live, um, but I get to keep the child." Basically, it's like the devil coming up with a bargain, but it's not actually the devil. It's one of the space noids, and he's like, "You know, I will deliver this baby, but I get to raise it, and you get to live the rest of your life on your own." And then that short story is the birth of the main character in the main series, which will be called A Child Called Hate. And it's just like, imagine Guts, but in like this fantasy sci-fi world, and how he deals with his abandonment issues and stuff like that. Yeah. That's just a poor... I've never had to explain it out loud before, so I probably did a piss poor job. But that's essentially what it would be about. And then the other short story is my basic concept. It's not really going to be too much into lore, but these prisoners are carted away to... they're from like a small town, or village, I should say, and they're being carted away when a creature attacks them, and it's all about them trying to survive this creature's attack. So it's like Alien, but in a fantasy setting. But yeah.
Sounds very thought-provoking. I see like a lot of mix and blend of themes in there.
Yeah, it's a lot at once, you know. So like, you know, it's a lot, and it's very ambitious for a first project. So I'm even thinking of I have a couple horror like short story ideas that I might just get out there just to publish and stuff, and then, you know, see what people say about my writing and stuff, and then tweak my writing to where I like it, and then
I second that.
Yeah.
I second that because before I published my book, I did a similar thing, except I went to do it through short story competitions. I did a lot of those and published them through whatever like short story competition I was doing. And spoilers, didn't win any of them, but it does challenge you to really make you creative, find your creative flow and the type of genre you like. Obviously my whole thing is mysteries. I love that type of stuff, mysteries and like a bit of fantasy. That's usually where usually in any short story competition, I try to find ways to blend that genre, blend whatever the prompt is to the genre I like the most. Which sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it kind of helps find your creative flow type of thing. So I would definitely encourage you to do that. Make some horror short stories, find some magazines you can publish them in, or do some short story competitions and see if you see how those agree with you. Heck, you might actually win, get that cash prize, or you learn something. But if you're definitely looking for ways to help formulate your writing and whatnot, I definitely say short stories. A lot of professionals usually say like start off with short stories first before you do a whole type of book deal. Um,
Hmm.
so I mean, I'm also co-sign that thing as well. So definitely short stories are the way to go if you're just
Yeah,
starting
and
out.
that's always been the plan
Um,
for me. Like this is like
mhm,
and things are subject to change too. Like I may be in a year or two. I'm like,
mhm,
all right, you know what? Let's rewrite this whole thing. Maybe I don't need the sci-fi element and stuff like that. But it's like,
mhm.
just to get like, it's better to get your ideas out than just keep them in, because then you forget them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, I agree with that
yeah,
100%.
I could just say all that and then I just never follow through on any of that, but then develop a brand new fantasy universe, and stuff like that. So, but
Mhm,
it's just good to get those ideas out. I love a hodgepodge of stuff. Like Arcane for me is really good. It's like
mhm. Oh, I
fantasy, but
heard some
also
good
a
things.
little bit of sci-fi. What was that?
Mhm. No, I heard a lot of good things about Arcane. I haven't seen it myself, but I have heard some good things.
Oh, it's really good. Except for random Imagine Dragons music video. It's like, what? We still doing Imagine Dragons?
Apparently, they're that popular.
Imagine Dragons? The I wake it up, I
Yeah, no, I
feel
know a
it.
few of their songs. There's a couple.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't
There's
need
mainly one
keep
that I
singing.
like.
That's what you said.
Well, because that one is the most overused one. Let's be real. That is the
Oh yeah.
most overused one.
Mm-hmm. That or Feel the Thunder. Thunder. I like want to scream every time
Yeah,
I hear that song.
yeah. Every time I hear that, I'm just like, okay, skip that. Like that's the upteen time in the row that I've
Mm-hmm.
heard that song. Like, come on, they got other albums, people. Let's play those.
Yeah. 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 Or just not play Imagine Dragons.
I
Also,
mean, that is also an option.
great
That
idea.
is also an option.
I don't completely hate Imagine Dragons. They just are very generic to me.
Yeah, I get it.
It's almost
It's one of
like
those things where like
yeah.
everybody's a fan of it, and you're just like, yeah, they ain't all that.
Yes, exactly. And then people are like, "What do you mean they are? What do you don't like them?" I'm like, "I didn't say I didn't like them. I just said they're not my thing." And it's like, "So you don't like them?" I'm like, "No, I didn't say I don't like them. I just said they're not my thing." It's like, "So why do you hate Imagine Dragons?" I'm like, "God damn!" And I feel like I don't know if you get this too, but like, I feel like it's so internet brained to just be like, you either had to hate or love something, and it's like, why can't I just be like, I think
Oh
it's alright.
yeah, because that's the thing. You're either with the hive mind or you're a
Mm-hmm.
contrarian. That's
Yeah.
it. Like there's no in between.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you go on like Twitter or X or whatever, like it's
Oh
all
Lord, that
just it's so toxic. But I doom scroll on there all the time. That's my biggest issue. I love watching people fight. I don't know what it is about my caveman DNA, but I love people fighting about nothing. Especially comic
I
book Twitter.
had to. Oh that. Oh, okay, that's different. Watching nerds go at it
Mm-hmm.
over their original characters can be hilarious, especially when both sides are wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. It's like
That is so dang funny.
this argument is stupid. It's like, why are you even in the comment section? And then they do the like, oh, only people who follow me can reply.
Yeah, yeah. You have
Not
an
that
echo chamber
I
where no
don't.
one disagrees with you.
Yeah, I don't reply to anything. I just watch.
Mhm.
I'm one of those.
I usually, I kind of take a back seat on, but I do that a lot with YouTube and Instagram,
Yeah.
because there's I'm gonna be honest, not everyone needs a mic. Like everybody and their mom are doing podcasts nowadays, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, not everybody needs a mic. Like stop it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
Leon.
like
Yeah,
your
yeah. That's totally
opinions
lame.
suck.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. Yeah.
I mean, you got me though. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you. um, but yeah. No, I know what it's like. Ugh, it's like we got Hakutua now. It's like I think we need.
Oh, oh God. When that happened, I was just like, wow. I was just like, so she says something stupid
Well,
and she
now.
makes all this
Oh
money.
yeah.
And
It's
I'm
also her
like,
Bitcoin fucking scam or whatever she's got going on now.
oh, she about to get arrested for that shit. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It's so
Yeah, she
funny.
about to
She's
do hot
pulling the
tour in prison.
I don't know. I'm just a goyle, and it's like what? You're going to jail.
Uh,
You understand?
yeah, you going to jail, the whole rug pull and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that was a big ass problem
Wasn't that literally
during
like
the pandemic.
the website was called like rugpull.com or something like that?
I don't know about the website, but when I heard that her coins was literally called a Haktua coin or something like
Yeah.
that, I was just like, I don't want to. I was like, you know what? And now everybody like complain how they lost their money, and I'm like, if y'all actually sat down, looked at the coin, looked
Mhm.
at its name, and genuinely thought, I'm gonna invest in this, I'm sorry, you deserve to lose your money.
I mean
Like,
that
I'm gonna just say it.
that's the double-edged sword, right? Is like people like, oh my god, I can't believe, scam, like she scammed them, and it's like, well, yeah, it's the Haktua girl, and like even with like
Like,
Logan Paul or Jake Paul or whichever one, I think it's Logan Paul, that's into the crypto stuff. It's like, oh my god, they scammed their fans. I'm like, yes, and like
they did.
you were expecting
Yes, they
them
did.
to like how many times can we be like these guys are pieces of shit and then people still invest in whatever product they're selling and they're
Well,
like I can't believe this happened and it's like what do you mean you can't believe it happened.
well, the problem comes down to there's two issues with that. We have the idiots that will follow their YouTube or influencers gods till, the heat death of the universe.
Hmm.
And then you have the second group of people who are like, I need to get this bag, but I don't want to work for it. So what's the easy way? Type of
Yeah,
thing. And that's the issue.
majority of
That's the
the
issue.
crypto crowd is that. Yeah.
Yeah, you see those. And the thing, and it doesn't help. It really doesn't help that during the time of the pandemic,
Hmm.
a lot of people were making money off of that stuff, and we're like becoming millionaires and shit. And it doesn't help that the government is now formally recognizing cryptocurrency now.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, which fun fact, the fact that they legalized cryptocurrency made it less profitable, not more. I'm just gonna point
Yeah.
that out. Not many people realize that,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm just gonna point that out.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, people are seeing this and they're just like, okay, so now there's another avenue for us to make money and stuff like that. And people are porting, and it doesn't help as well that the economy is fucking us. It
Hmm.
really doesn't help that that's the case too. So now everyone's looking for every advantage they can. Like I had one of my friends actually considering like doing lottery tickets now because money is just that tight nowadays. And I'm like, damn, it really
Damn,
be rough out here.
it do be rough out here. Yeah.
So, it's really just a product of the time. I'm pretty sure if I have a suspicion that if the economy were to get back on track, um, fingers crossed whether or not Trump can do it. But if the economy gets back on track, I feel like we'd see less risk takers
Hmm.
pouring their life savings in crypto. Like again, you're gonna get the idiots that just want to be greedy. You're gonna get those people. You can't escape them. But maybe for the people who are less fortunate, they can find more effective ways to make money and not try to pour their life savings over crypto. And I'm gonna say this again, people, please don't like put your whole life saving on crypto. Like I get it,
Yeah.
it's niche.
Hmm.
It had its time, but like if you're gonna do it, please be smart. This is not financial advice, by
Yeah,
the way. Just
invest in
want to make that clear.
which one? Ethereum, if any of them. Which I know is the most
Yeah,
expensive one, but I mean it's legit.
yeah, Ethereum and Bitcoin are usually, but Bitcoin is becoming too damn like you need to be top 1% now if you want one
Oh
nowadays.
yeah.
Because
Well,
yeah,
I
it's
mean, it
getting over to
started
like
off
it's
like with anything. It started off with good intentions, being like, okay, here's a way to, invest in something without having the government's hand in it, aka stocks, because
hmm
with what we saw with the GameStop fiasco, where like they were they were like, wait, no, you're not supposed to make money off the stock market. With that's how what the stock market was for. It's like, hey, anyone who
hmm
saves up or invest in a stock could possibly, um,
to be honest,
win
that
big.
that was like that was a canon event, and the reason why I say that was a canon event because when that happened, now everybody wants to get into stocks.
Yeah.
Now everybody's looking at cryptocurrency
Hmm.
because I guarantee if that had never happened, all these things would have never have blown up as much. But because that shit happened, now everybody wants a piece of the pie. They're like, okay, we gotta look for the next GameStop. We gotta look for the
Yeah.
next GameStop.
It's like it might not come. It probably won't. Like that caused a big screw. Like where Robinhood shut down, and it's like, whoa, Robinhood. Like your whole thing is like, you're Robinhood. You're supposed to, you know, uh, take from the rich, give from the poor. Like that's the whole thing. And they shut down the app because it was too successful. And it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, I was on Robinhood when that happened. I was livid. I had to. I think after that incident, I deleted them entirely. I was like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I moved to like a different brokerage after that. But yeah,
Hmm.
no, it was funny though. What made me laugh during that incident was that there were actually people, rich people suffering because apparently it was also hitting the hedge funds.
Yes, it
So a
was.
lot of the rich people were losing money off of this thing, and a lot of them were crying on TV saying like, can you guys please stop?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No,
Can you stop what we've been doing for years? It's like,
nah,
no.
pretty much no."
Once the power comes to the
Unfortunately,
people,
though,
they're like, please, no, please stop.
yeah, it's unfortunate for some people though because why it's unfortunate is because some people didn't know when to get out when they can.
Yeah, there were still people
That's the
holding on,
problem.
and then it's like, oh, it's too late, buddy. It's like, no, no, it's coming back. It's like, it's
No,
not coming back.
that's the thing, and that also comes down to lack of knowledge with
Yeah.
the stock market. Granted, I wasn't the most knowledgeable at that time either, but even I knew the best concept when it comes to stocks.
Hmm.
What goes up must come down.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. If
Also,
it's
too,
going
like,
up,
yeah, yeah, will come down.
go on.
Um,
Hmm.
so my grandfather had since I was a kid, his like a baby, I should say. His gift to me was he bought Disney stock in um 1998. I forgot my birth year for a second. Jesus. Um, this
Huh?
this fucking no. It's because of this fucking model kit. Okay, it's driving me fucking insane here. Uh,
No, not that. Not that. We're not gonna breeze past the fact that your grandfather got you Disney stock. Huh?
yes, yes. So he got me Disney stock. Um, he bought it, and then when he passed away, it was like, okay, I want to keep investing in Disney, right? I want to keep going. I have this stock. This is a great investment. Um, I get, I don't know, for legal reasons. I guess I won't say the fucking bank's name, but they were really bad, and like I filled out the same piece of paperwork a billion times. Was on the phone with them a billion times. You have to fill out this paperwork. I already filled out the fucking paperwork, and it's like I'm never rude ever to like any customer service shit, but like I was like livid. I'm like I just want like my grandpa left me this count like in my name, like let me have it, and they're like no, and I'm like what the hell. So we were looking up like legal avenues. It would be far too much to go down that route. So I'm like, fuck it, let me just sell the stock. And then they were like, okay. And of course, they sold it on the day when Disney stock went down. So I got less than what I was promised. And I was like, fuck it, fine. Like it was just a fucking disaster.
They didn't want to pay y'all. That's all I'm hearing. They did not want to
Exactly.
pay.
I will say, I won't say the number amount because it still makes me depressed. But like, it was 2 grand less than what it initially was, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god, this model kit is driving. This cloth cape is the death of me. Holy shit! Holy shit! I want to fucking murder someone.
Honestly, I would have crashed out if I were you. If that happened to me.
I I nearly did. I nearly did. But
Well,
Them
You're
stocks.
making the big bucks now. You're making the big bucks now, right?
I make it decent. I make it decent. I
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. It's good. I was like, okay, I am gonna be a filmmaker, and then the pandemic happened. I'm like, fuck. Oh shit.
Yeah, that fucked us all over, didn't it?
It
Jesus.
like really did. And not only that, just to complain about our um major, like no one else does. Um, it's like they're like, okay, you just got out of college. We need 5 years worth of experience, not including college. And it's like,
Yeah,
what do you what?
yeah,
Huh?
that's that bullshit. That's that bullshit. I was like,
What's that mean?
what?
What's that mean? I beg in your pardon. I beg in your pardon.
Like
Who's
five
the
years
guy?
of
Umar or
experience?
something like
I
that?
went to college. I went to college. Does that count?
And it's like no. It's like what? Huh? It's like sorry,
I
you
got
should
a
have.
reel and everything.
Yeah. Ugh.
It sucks because there's a lot of people going back and forth on whether or not you should go to film school or not.
And
Um,
that's fair. If you have a remote following on YouTube, don't do it because you've probably learned all the skills that college is going to ever teach you. Like they basically just taught us like, hey, here's how to use Adobe products. It's like
no, that's literally
great.
it. I'm not gonna lie, that's it. Like, I won't lie. Having us actually forcing us to actually shoot videos and present them, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you're not wrong. It was pretty much like this is how you use Premiere Pro, this is how you use sound effects, this is how you use After Effects.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, cool. What else? Oh, and they made us do a reel one time. I'm like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Can you help us like connect with people in the business? And we did meet some
Yeah.
people in the business.
We did a couple I think together, one or two.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like there should have been like some more preparation, at least and during my year. I don't know what happened. I graduated like what? Did I graduate a year or 2 years before you?
Uh,
Or after you rather, after you.
I believe you
No, wait.
graduated.
I
I
graduated
think
before you.
yeah, you graduated before me for sure. I think it was only a year. I think a year after I was graduated after you had graduated. So like let's just say
Yeah,
a year.
yeah, and I was a little bit annoyed because when I graduated, for me to graduate, I had to write a senior thesis. But I
Mm-hmm.
think after that, you guys had to just shoot a movie or something, like some type of
During the
film project.
pandemic, it was even worse. During the pandemic, we didn't get to shoot anything because it's during the pandemic. We can't get any actors or anything, so we just had to revise our script. So it was the easiest in the world, but we lost that experience of actually filming something. And I've since then, a couple film professors have like asked me to judge for like their film competitions and stuff, and some of the kids are doing a good job with like their short films and
Mhm.
stuff. But like we were supposed to be the first year for that, and we were robbed of it because of COVID.
Wow.
Yeah, but the easiest because well, we just had to write a script, and our scripts were done by then. So, um, I think they had us write something like what is your script really about kind of thing. But I mean that was like
That's nothing.
there's no like research that goes into that. It's the research of your mind. You can just make anything up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You make up some philosophical BS or whatnot. But the thing that
Right.
sucks about it is, especially now that I've actually completed a book, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm like when you make a story, when you take your time to create a story,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody is willing to read or watch it,
Mm-hmm.
that sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the crappiest feelings
Mm-hmm.
when your hard work doesn't get acknowledged. Like it's one of those things where hell, you'll take even a bad review as long as someone is actually noticing your work,
Yeah.
type of thing. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, yeah, I could totally see that.
Like you work hard and you work and nobody acknowledges it. You work hard on the script and you can't even like bring it to life. I'm like that
Mm-hmm.
sucks to me. To me, that's like the worst feeling.
Yeah. It's like because I think during college we had like this is deep talk with model kitting. This is crazy, but like I do like this. This is good. Um, I think you have this like me and Markeith. We were like, okay, by the age of 24, we're gonna be moved to California. You're gonna focus on your music career. I'm gonna make short films, and we're gonna have like 1 million YouTube subscribers. Like it's this romanticized idea that you get into the real world. It's like what the fuck. But I regret nothing of what I did. I've, you know, um, have a the problem with film, unless you're fucking Robert Eggers, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, you're not gonna get paid fucking shit. You're
Mhm.
getting paid nothing, you know. Um, so I was like, you know what? I want to have something stable instead, and like be able to, I don't know, feed myself. So,
Mhm.
um, geared toward tech, and that's where I am now, and I don't really regret my switch over.
So I have to ask,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any play? Because I know you're like writing, you're trying to write your anthology and do some horror short stories, but you still got that creative bone in your body here.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any like hopes of like maybe returning to film, or like maybe if you get like some of your short stories out there, converting that to film? Like, do you have any like plans or hopes for that? Just curious.
Film wise, no, because writing a story, it takes a lot of effort. I mean, obviously you've been through it, but
Mhm.
at the end of that, you don't go, okay, now it's time to film. You know, and you want something to look
Yeah.
good, and if you're paying off a mortgage and doing this and that, like it'd be different if like, see, this would be different if we were in an area where like there was a lot of filming opportunity going on here, but we both
Hmm.
live in Connecticut and there is hardly any. So that's where
Yeah.
you would have to make a lot of investments, a lot of Kickstarters, a lot of this and that. And that takes up a lot of time and resources and stuff. So, as far as that, if someone wanted to ask my permission to film one of my stories, then I would give it. But as far as my creative input, um, that's where I think I would end it. Now, if it was big Hollywood studio, I'm like, I'm watching over all this shit. Like, you motherfuckers
Yeah.
aren't fucking up my story. My creativity is on the line, okay?
Hmm.
And that's what I
I
respect
mean,
about. Do you know Brandon Sanderson at all?
no, not familiar. Who?
So in the fantasy book world, he's very famous. He's got like this thing called a Cosmere, which is basically like all his books are connected. It's like the MCU, but for like fantasy books and stuff like that. Um, and he's
Hmm.
like, I've had so many opportunities given to me by Hollywood. So many. We've had a whole cast picked out and stuff, but they wanted to mess with the material. And I'm like, no, I am the writer. This is how. Like, he wants that creative freedom, but Hollywood is always like, no.
Yeah, the Hollywood's not so. Yeah,
And to
Hollywood will
sell
never do
his
that.
IP rights. They're like, you want a movie, sell your IP rights. He's like, I'm making a ton of money already. No. Like, I don't think you understand how successful I am. Like, in the fantasy novel world, like, Brandon Sanderson is the top guy right now, no questions about it.
Hmm. I might look into this, dude. How do you spell his name?
It's Brandon, not Brendan, Brandon Sanderson.
Mhm.
I just finished the Mistborn trilogy. That was like his first major fantasy book trilogy, and it was really good. I'm gonna do on my personal channel. This is the Black Hudson channel. On my personal channel, I'm going to do a review on every single one of his books. He writes like Stephen King. He's got like 28 books just in this universe, but I'm gonna try to read them all this year and review them on the channel. So
I might give one of his books a read. I'm currently
you gotta do
I'm
Mistborn
reading
first. Mistborn.
I'm reading Proven Guilty, Jim Butcher series. Jim Butcher is the author.
Ooh,
He makes the
yes.
Harry Dresden Files.
I
So
uh
yeah.
I read up to hold on, let me pull up my Kindle app. Read up to book 6. and I really liked it. But then I got distracted with other stuff. What is that one called? Where's my Kindle app? Resident. I read up to Blood Rights. Very good.
Oh, you read that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's as far as I've read up to. I know it gets better and better throughout.
Yeah, I'm in book 8.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Crow's girlfriend, she had a book on her shelf of the, because I've never knew of the Jim Butcher series of like a Harry Dresden series. I never knew about it, but I've heard a lot of people telling me like he's the one that put urban fantasy on the map over
Oh,
here. So
yeah.
I was like, all right, let me give him a read because I'm also trying to get into that genre. So like, let's see what he got. I'm not gonna lie. The first book was pretty damn good. The second book was, I was like, okay, this dude knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
And
that's
I just
the one with the
kept
werewolves,
reading
right?
since then. Yep, the second book.
Yeah.
That one, I'm not gonna lie. The first book is a bit slow.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
the second book is when it really gets moving.
Yeah, it picks up right after that.
Yeah, because one of my friends, he read the first book. He said he wasn't a big fan of it, but he loves werewolves and stuff. So I told him, give the second book a try. Just give the second book a try. You like werewolves, I think you'd like it better because of that. They do some respect on the lore, some good stuff. I learned stuff about werewolves that I didn't originally know just reading that. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. So yeah, definitely. I mean, people watching this, if you want a good urban fantasy, if you want to read the original urban fantasy, I definitely recommend the Harry Dresden Files. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, he's top dog when it comes to urban fantasy stuff. That and whoever writes the Monster Hunter series.
Larry Correa.
Yeah.
Love him too. He's also awesome. I caught up to all the Monster Hunter series. I'm waiting for the last book. I am waiting for that last book.
I only read the first one. He's had a couple series though, right?
Yeah, he had a few other series. Yeah, he has a high fantasy series that he actually ended not too long ago, and apparently he's getting into some hot water with that.
Fandom
because he made well, no, because towards the end of the book, he made I don't think it was that big of a deal. It was like treated as a joke, but everyone got mad at him. He made a small joke towards the I think it was either the beginning or the ending of his book. It was an acknowledgement to George R. R. Martin, and he's like, hey, George R. R. Martin, see, it's not that hard. And that was it.
All right, that's a fun little poke. But writers are sensitive, I will say.
I don't think George R. R. Martin really commented on that. I think it was just his fans.
No, I mean George R. R. Martin's basking in fucking millions. He'll never finish it. Oh my god, he'll never ever finish it.
That's why when I saw that, I burst out laughing because I'm just so like, damn, he caught us straight.
Yeah, he really did. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't think he owes it to his fans, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard.
He kind of, in my opinion. Now, granted, I have not read the series at all, and I've like watched maybe 2 episodes of.
Well, let's just put it in general
Game
terms.
of Thrones.
Let's just say this.
But in general.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So for me, in general terms, I know that the last few episodes of Game of Thrones was trash. A lot of people did not like it. They thought it was garbage. And he has not actually finished the series yet. In my opinion, I say he owes it to his fans and to his legacy, because if no one liked, because let's be real, the televised or movie versions are usually never as good as the book. That's how your franchise is going out. Like, think about it. Your magnum opus is going out on a whimper because of Hollywood. Do you really want it to go out like that? That's my thing. Because me, as a person who slaved away on a series, I'd be like, nah, I can't let it go out like that.
Think about it this way, though. Right? He gave those writers what he's had so far, which wasn't much, but he definitely had the ending. He had the ending in mind. So the ending we got, that being the very ending, is how the books will generally end. Imagine billions of people watching that and being like, that sucked. That was so bad. And you planned the series to end just like that. I I I have to have a little sympathy there. I have to have a little sympathy because like I don't know if I would fucking finish. And he's getting the bag from Elden Ring and like the HBO like prequel stuff. Um
Hmm.
but like also I as a fan I want the story to be complete. And it's going to be different the uh from the TV show. Hell, we might get the same ending and it might be more earned and we might because the thing about this, Leon, which I think you already know, but other people might. The book he's finishing is not the last book. It's the second to last book. It's not even the last book. It's the second to last. And it's taken him past a decade to finish. Like, there's no hope in me that he will finish it. But I also have to feel empathy because, fuck, if everyone went, that's a shitty way to end it, I would be like, I I don't know. But part of me thinks he does owe it. Or part of me thinks, listen, I don't think I can write this. I'm going to pass it off to another author. Like with Robert Jordan with The Wheel of Time. He passed away. Brandon Sanderson, we mentioned him before, finished up The Wheel of Time and did it respectfully. But Robert Jordan left a shit ton of notes. I don't know how much George has written down on the details of every plot point. But if he has it all written down, if he doesn't want to finish it, just give it to another writer and be like, tell this story, just finish it, you know? Maybe he's waiting until after he dies. I don't know.
So that is good and all, but to piggyback off your point, there's some empathy. I get the giving him some empathy because that ending should more or less be mirror what his plan was.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, it sucked. I get it. Hearing that, it can shake your confidence. I get it. But at the same damn time, you need to understand the show did not pace it as well as a book would.
Right.
So I mean, you have wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
You have wiggle room. And if you're that convinced that the ending is bad, well, guess what? You didn't write it yet. You didn't commit to it yet. So guess what? Take out the damn chalkboard and let's think about this again. What can you do? Like like he has ways to fix it. He has ways to potentially fix it or to make it better and worthwhile. He has time. That's the thing. Like nothing is set to paper yet. He didn't publish it yet. He has some time. He has some wiggle room. He could probably stew over a better ending or ways to make that ending make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing with me. Like you always have time to like hit the redo button in this sense. So I get the empathy is there, but my thing is if you're that upset about it, you're the damn author. You're the creator. You're the god of your world.
I also will
do
say,
what you want.
I will say, part of me is also like, listen, Martin, buddy, no matter how much it might suck, that book is going to sell like gangbusters. Are you kidding me? Like, if
That's
not just
true.
to finish the story, like, you know we've been waiting for it. But even if you half-ass it, that's the bag right there, pal. That's the bag right. That's going to be the book that outsells every single one of your books. Like, as single book volume, it's going to outsell the first one by miles. Because, like, even people who aren't into it will be like, well, I'll buy it because it's a culturally significant thing, you know? It's like the death of Superman argument. It's like, well, Superman's dead. It's like, well, he's not.
So yeah, fun fact for people who might be reading this and don't understand how like authors really make their money, because a common misconception is that for those who go traditional publishing, I should stress, they think that authors just make their money through the advances. No, that's yes, you can make money there, but realistically, you're not. It's best not to rely on that because, fun fact, you take the advance, they split it up into three payments, and each time those payments are split up, you get taxed individually for each time of those payments. That's number one. And number two, until that advance is paid off, you don't get any royalties. But the biggest thing why writing multiple books work is the biggest thing with George R. R. Martin that would work in his favor is I don't know how many books he has on the top of my head, but let's say he publishes the last book in his series.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen? Sales from book one
Oh yeah.
to the ending are going to jump.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's going to happen? Longtime fans are obviously going to get the new book and they're going to hype it up. Whether it's good or bad, they're going to hype it up.
They're going to be
which
like,
means other
it's
people.
finally here. It's finally, like, that will be the selling point. It's finally here. We thought it wasn't going to be here. It's finally here. That will be the selling point of that book.
And therefore, other people who are fan of the French or fan of that genre would be like, well, I gotta get on this. Like, everyone's talking good about it. Like, what's the problem here? And they'd be like, all right, so we gotta start from this book to get the whole story. All right, let's do it. And there you go. That's how it works. That's how it works. But to combat the whole thing of he would just, like, no matter what he puts, he'd get the money. While that is true, I gotta say, as someone who's trying to do it, and hopefully I'll get that good, maybe fingers crossed. It comes a point, I gotta be honest, it's not about the money. Like, yes, we all want to get paid for this. Don't get me wrong. I want to get paid. I want to be able to pay my bills with this. But at some point, it's not just, you gotta make sure it's good. So could George R. R. Martin write a piece of crap and it would still sell anyways? Absolutely. Does he want to do that? I'm gonna say no. If like, the guy seems to have some integrity as a writer. I'm assuming. I'm not gonna say if or any other way. Yeah, so he has integrity as a writer, which means he has pride in his work, and therefore he's not gonna write crap. Even if he knows it will sell regardless, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna be like, nah, I want to make sure that whatever has my name on it is written to my satisfaction.
Yeah,
if that's
agree.
What's taking time, then that we just gotta wait. For those of you who really want the ending, you just gotta wait.
I agree, but also, it's like he's focusing on writing the prequel show and not even like the main series that got him famous. You know what I mean? Like, I go back and forth. I go, like, I'm super empathetic toward him, and then I go, oh, we writing a video game now? Oh, that's what we're doing? Where's Winds of Winter? Like, you know, like, I can't stop that toxicity in me because, you know, as a fan of the book series, and I like, you know, we're racking on him, but, like, he is a fantastic writer. Like, his prose are out of this world. He's fantastic. His character, the way he keeps track of A and B plots is, like, masterful. It's excellent. And that's why I think it stings more. If this was just a series, you know, we wouldn't be talking about it, you know. But because, like, it's been so critically acclaimed, the books are critically acclaimed, the first 5 seasons of the show are critically acclaimed. Like, I think that's what hurts more. At least in my opinion.
I mean, this is just I guess you could say, the Western version of Togashi at this point, because a lot of what you said could mirror a little bit with Togashi's being, like, very sluggish way of trying to finish Hunter x Hunter. The only difference, arguably, is Togashi has stated to have medical issues. I don't know if George R. R. Martin has any. I can't speak to that.
I think he's just older. That's his.
Okay, so that is his thing is just he's old. Okay, that's it. So yeah, there's a lot of overlap between these two guys. I doubt, and I'm saying that because I'm not that big of a Hunter x Hunter fan. I like it, but for me, I'm a One Piece head. That's just me. Yeah. Get in the comments with me. Yeah. Whatever.
Okay, you know what? No one's gonna be watching this fucking stream, so I might as well just say what I'm about to say right now. Hunter x Hunter is way overhyped, buddy. Like, it is good, but it's not like this is like Hunter x Hunter is the greatest anime of all time for people who don't watch a ton of anime, who only pretty much stick to shonen. I feel. Um,
Hmm.
Once you delve outside of that, like, hey, how about Vinland Saga? First season, they're like, hell yeah, Vinland Saga's excellent. And then they get to the second season, it's like, why the fuck are they on the farm? Why are they on the farm so long? It's just like, well, this is the main story. It's about the characters. Don't you like it? It's like, but where's the fights? Do you know
Yeah, that's
anything about
the.
Vinland Saga, or did I just kind of spoil it?
I don't. Um.
Oops.
Let's see. I mean,
Well, I mean, I
it's
didn't
fine.
spoil it too much. Just the pacing, kind of.
I think the only one. So there's a few seinen series that I have kept up with. Some of them don't exist anymore. There's One Punch Man. Yes, people. One Punch Man is a seinen series, not a shonen series. There's a lot of dark themes in there. Saitama is depressed. Just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
Like he is depressed. That's the whole point of the manga. A man fighting against depression. I read a little bit of Berserk. Didn't
Oh, I caught up.
catch up to it.
I caught up with Berserk.
The last thing I read was freaking
Were you on Fantasia or?
No, the girl got her. I think she became aware again or got her memories back.
Oh,
Whatever.
so you stopped like so you only have like a couple chapters before like the author dies, and now they continue on with it. Okay. All right, so you're still far.
Yeah.
You're still like deep into it. It's just, I mean, the thing with Berserk chapters are like, they're like 50 pages each.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's a fucking read. That's the thing. That's
like,
a fucking
I'm okay
read.
with it because the art is good. Dude, I tried to read the Attack on Titan manga. Stick with the anime. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The art is not there.
No, it's not. It is not just you. Like, okay, understand something, people. I read the original One Punch Man. I'm gonna say it again. I read
the original doodles
Punch
before
Man.
it was drawn by
Yes.
What's his name? One, I think.
One. Yes. Yeah. I read that and I was able to follow that. I am usually the person that reads the manga over the anime. I could not do that with Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Walk out of here with that.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. I was like, what am I looking at?
Art is hard. Art is hard. I can't draw for absolute shit. I'm just saying, for my standards, I just couldn't get into it because of the art. That's all I'm putting out there.
Like, I'm the same way. I can't really draw either, but like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're making a graphic novel, yes, a manga is pretty much a graphic novel. Don't try to correct me in the comments, please. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to make a graphic novel, right, the first thing you should be like making sure is that the art is up to par. You don't got to be Pablo Picasso. It don't got to be the greatest thing ever, but it has to be decent. For me, no disrespect to the creator of Attack on Titan. You've made it a phenomenal series. You deserve your flowers. But for me, I just could not follow the dang manga at all. I couldn't do it. It kind of gave me a headache at one point.
I kept getting lost on where they were.
That's exactly it. My friend who did my book cover, mm-hmm. right? He is a stickler for art. He is a stickler for it. Yeah. He tried reading Attack on Titan. He's like, what is this? he gave up.
Are these water decals? Oh, fuck that. I'm not doing
Oh my gosh.
I'll do water decals later. Fuck that. Yeah, no, yeah. It's like, it's always tough to rag on, like, your art is shit. Like, because art is subjective, obviously. Blah, blah, blah. But, it's like, but, like, I'm so glad that that's one of the, like, mangas where it's, like, that benefits an anime adaptation. Because, like,
yes,
it definitely does. Whereas Berserk, it's like, does it really need an adaptation? It's the same thing with Watchmen. Watchmen doesn't need an adaptation ever. Like, because it was made to exist in the comic book medium. If you take it outside of that, then it just loses all momentum.
Well, people need, like, Hollywood wants money. That's the thing. Because I'm not gonna lie, Hollywood is very desperate for IPs nowadays. Because, like, how many freaking reboots?
What, you mean the Mufasa prequel? The Mufasa prequel was epic. I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw that. I
You
saw
saw
the
it?
trailer for that ish. No, no, no. I saw the trailer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I respect
Okay.
myself. I respect myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I saw the trailer for that, and I was just like, "Who asked for that?"
Mm-hmm.
Like
And
that was the
Sonic
first
3
word out of my mouth.
beat it. Sonic 3 beat it in the box office. Let's go.
That's not even hard, because like wait, have
Well,
can we
because
do spoilers?
I think they were like, oh, well, it's Mufasa. It's going to make a bunch of money because the Lion King quote unquote live action made a lot of money. So this will make us a lot of money. It's like, no, do you not understand? This hedgehog
No, first
belongs to the autistic community. They are going to show up
and
for
not
their
only that,
autism king.
not only that, they adapted arguably one of the most nostalgic
Oh,
and
yeah,
probably
dude.
the favorite game,
Hyped.
Sonic Adventure 2. They adapted that one.
Yeah,
Out of all the
when
ones,
Live
I was
and
like,
Learn
yeah, nah.
started playing, I was like, it's a wrap. This is the best movie of all time.
Yeah, no. I was like, yeah, I saw that, and I'm just so like, yeah, no. Mufasa
And he had
had
a
no
gun.
chance.
Shadow had a fucking gun. I'm like, yes, this is literal perfection.
Like the amount of references in there, like I've said it before. If you were a Sonic fan, you would have loved
You
that movie.
ate.
Though I
You
gotta
ate.
be honest. Though I gotta be honest. While I am a Sonic fan and I did love the movie, could have been longer.
Ooh, you
Could
said
have been
could have been
longer.
longer.
It,
Okay.
they needed more time to cook with Shadow's backstory. They needed more
Yeah.
time to cook with that. They needed more time. That's the only and main flaw.
Mm-hmm.
They needed more time to cook with Shadow's backstory. Everything else was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Also, small nitpick. They spent too much time on some of the Jim Carrey scenes, but that's a small
Yeah.
nitpick because like it's one of those hit or miss. You either love Jim Carrey or you don't type
Mm-hmm.
of thing. It's one of those. But the Shadow's backstory type of thing, they needed more time to cook on that. They needed more time to cook, and
I feel like
that's
they
their
needed
flaw.
more time
That was
to
the main
like
flaw.
also do the separation of Sonic and his friends because it felt like very like, oh, Tom got hurt. Now I'm gonna be like a dick, and it's like that felt a little
Yeah,
fast.
the pacing, yeah, the pacing for this movie was not it. They needed
Yeah.
to slow down
I mean,
a bit because
it's
when
a Sonic movie, so I'm not expecting fucking William Shakespeare, but
yeah, there shouldn't be William Shakespeare in it, but there were some. Again, they adapted one of the most nostalgic Sonic games with a very good story.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot of scenes from that game that they didn't do. Like I guess slight spoiler. Gerald should never have been in the dang movie.
Yeah.
I don't mind that creative liberty, but like in the game, he died. He got executed by Fire Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they put that in a Sonic game.
Yeah, when Maria dies from a gunshot, I told my fiance that. I was like, oh yeah, like Maria dies from a gunshot, and she's like, what? Like in a Sonic game? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
She's like, Sonic. I'm like, yeah. She's like, the one with the cute little Tails guy, and like, I'm like, yeah. She's like, what? Like murder in a Sonic game? I'm like, yeah. And he kissed a girl, and she's like a hedgehog girl. I'm like, no, a real girl in 2006. And then she started looking at me weird, and then she's like, should I file for divorce? I'm like, please don't.
We don't talk about Sonic 06. We don't like we pretend that the canon ending to the game is what happened to the whole game entirely, where nothing ever happened at all. Just a complete reset.
It's
But
almost
it's
like they
actually
knew
funny.
how bad it was the game was, so they're like, let's make sure we erase all this shit.
See, it's hilarious because on Twitter they did the whole thing where like Sonic and Shadow took over and were taking questions or whatever, and I almost died laughing because one of the questions was like, "Hey Sonic, how's Elise?" And Sonic was like, "Who's that now?"
That's awesome.
It's funny because for those who actually know how Sonic 06 ended, it's funny because it makes 100% sense.
Yeah.
Sega has an actual canon reason to never acknowledge that game, and it's funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
It's so good, and how like self-aware they are of like the fandom and stuff. Like,
Hmm.
dude, it's so good. Like the Sonic fandom is is lit. Besides, Chris Chan.
They're pretty cool when they're not being crazy.
Yeah. Well, every fandom has their crazies in there. Although I feel like I've now. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Wait, were you ever? Well, I'll just say the fandom and then we'll go from there. Look at me structuring this like a traditional, but this is just a chatting and shit. Um, I'm in podcast mode, baby. Um, but like, I this fandom has like made me not want to go back and watch the movies anymore because of how cringe they have been, and it is Disney in a sense, but like even with Disney, I could still kind of enjoy Disney movies and stuff. Um,
Yeah, I thought it was Dragon Ball.
no, no,
All
no, no,
right,
no,
keep
no.
going.
Harry Potter, dude. These Harry Potter millennials need to be
Ooh.
stopped. They have to be stopped. Firing Squad, I feel like, is too much of a mercy.
Okay, I have that serious question though, because I'm not
You're
big
not
into
into
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter?
I never
Okay, that's
did,
fair.
but I have to ask, how much of that is them being crazy fans or J.K. Rowling potentially enabling it? Because I know
Um,
there was a time. Well, first off,
no, I
her.
think it's completely separate
Uh,
from J.K. Rowling. I mean, J.K. Rowling has said some
okay.
not great things,
Yeah.
obviously. Um,
Yep.
but like it, like I'm talking on a pure cringe level, not like political statements, like just like
Mhm.
I, as a Hufflepuff, I am so upset that I ran out of my Hufflepuff beans for my Hufflepuff cup. Like I've seen TikToks like that, and I'm like, why do you exist? And they're millennials. These people get paid big money, and they're and these people they have a house. That's what big money is to me. If you have a house, you have big money. And it's like what? What? Like, why are you
Keep in
talking
mind,
like
folks,
this?
we live in a society
We do. Thank you,
where to have
Joker.
big
Thank
money,
you, Joker.
to have big money, all you need is a house. We live in a
Yeah,
society.
yeah, yeah,
Damn.
yeah. It really do be tough out here. Uh, um,
But
but
yeah,
I don't know.
a
Like,
lot of fan bases have that type of cringe, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I
You
know
can't
they
like.
do, but it's like it's to a point where like I see a Hufflepuff signal, and I was just like like I'm having Vietnam flashbacks to like cringy TikToks.
Yeah, yeah. When I guess speaking of which, TikTok got saved? Question mark.
Yeah. TikTok is back. Um, I'm addicted to it, unfortunately. Uh, but like I've been off it more because I've been trying to focus on reading a lot more. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like, dude, like that whole thing was like kind of crazy, and I think it was just a ploy, man. I think it was like, well, I mean, okay, so I don't doubt the Supreme Court made their decision because they're delusional enough to be like, oh, well, the Chinese are owning this. I'm like, okay, what about Marvel Rivals? What about Marvel Snap? What about like, because those are all from Chinese companies that like take our data essentially. Just any
What
like
about Red Note?
Black
You
Myth
know, the one
Wukong,
that
Red
people.
Note, like where do you stop if you keep going on this? They just don't like that they don't have their hands in it, and I think with
Mhm.
they've been thanking Trump a lot, so there might be. I'm just assuming here. I don't like to get political on here, but I'm just assuming here. Maybe Trump and them had a little talky talk, and they're like, "Hey, what if we blow this TikTok going away up to an extreme? We know it's not going away, but like, let's just say,
Possibly,
yeah. I don't, but again, I
possibly,
could
but
be
then
completely wrong.
there's
Maybe there is a real
well,
threat, but I don't think there is. I think it was played up so that people would miss it a lot more. You know?
so it's one of those things. Now I might get a little conspiracy theorist where I put on my tinfoil hat, but it's
Let's
one of
do it.
those things of like, what are they trying to distract us from?
Hmm.
Because think about it, this TikTok thing has been such a huge deal, but literally everybody started porting over to Red Note,
Yeah.
which is literally it is literally
Hmm.
Chinese TikTok. That's
Yes.
exactly what it is.
And it actually
Everybody started reporting to that.
it actually is owned by like the Communist Chinese Party, like legitimately.
Like, yeah. And
Yeah.
everyone from TikTok literally just went on. Hell, I even made one because I was just curious to see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And like the amount of TikTok refugees, hashtag, and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff like that. And I only saw that blipped on the news once.
Mm-hmm.
And no major media outlet has talked about it since. So I'm just like, okay, people. So you wanted people to get off of TikTok because you think it's a threat to national security, but you left the app called Red Note that is truly a Chinese-owned company. You let that stand, and y'all didn't address it even once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my brain is just like, all right. So what are they trying to distract us from? What are they hiding? Like, are there aliens coming down? Did they try to make contact with us and we just didn't notice? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, what am I missing? What am I missing?
Exactly, dude. Oh my god, that's so funny. What is going on here? Like, literally, it's like a worse TikTok for like data reasons alone. And it's just like, oh my god, that whole TikTok thing is crazy to me, and it is getting a lot of coverage. Which part of me is like, so what are they like trying to hide from us now? Like, what's going on in the actual world that's like they're trying to be like, yeah, pay attention to the TikTok ban. All right, let's start doing this fucked up shit over here, kind of thing. But that's just again, this has no basis on anything. I'm just talking out of my ass. I know nothing.
I mean, the other reason why I kind of also think that there was some what's the word, seriousness to this is also the fact that Mr. Beast made a comment that he was trying to look into that he was looking to buy TikTok.
Not he who shall not be named.
So I thought that was interesting. That I don't know. I honestly don't know how...
I think that's a meme. There's no way. I mean, he's making good YouTube money. There, like, if Zuckerberg or Elon wanted to buy it, like, it's over. Speaking of Elon, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's these next 4 years are going to be very interesting. I can tell you that.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Like, oh my gosh.
Lordy Lord. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So in conclusion, George R.R. Martin, finish it. I'll leave you down to George R. Finish it. Okay, just finish it.
Says George R. Martin. He's a good dude. Togashi. Oh, and I guess another thing that the thing that I find very interesting about Hunter x Hunter, because as you said that it was like overrated, is so I've read. There's one thing I do like about Hunter x Hunter, which is why I think it deserves to be one of the greats. I'll give it that much respect because Togashi made Hakusho, and he's the only mangaka that made 2 hit mangas in a row. And for context,
what do you mean? You don't like Samurai 8?
Jesus Christ.
That was a throwback. That's the first time Samurai 8 has been mentioned since its cancellation, probably.
Like, Togashi is the only one that has broken that curse.
He took a swing and he missed, okay? We got, at least he took the swing. You know what I mean? The Naruto creator, that is.
Yeah, I mean, he did. Respect, but, I mean... How do I put this? To quote Thanos, he couldn't live with this failure. So where did that bring him? Right back to Naruto. Yeah. Now he working on Boruto stuff and everything like that. Oof. Like, come on now, man. You were willing to put it behind you.
Yeah, man. I don't keep up with the Boruto
and now you keep
stuff.
calling back.
Or me and Peter like to call him Burrito. I don't keep up with Burrito at all. People have tried to convince me you should give Burrito a shot. I'm like, I'm not giving Burrito a shot. Sorry. I think Naruto ended, and that's where it ended. It just ended, and it's over.
It's hit or miss, and I have not kept up with it because I've never been that big of Naruto fan. I liked it to an extent. but One Piece is my thing again.
Oh yeah,
But
well, One Piece is
for-
like obviously better. Like, it's not really a
but
contest here. It's like a coughing baby versus a hydrogen bomb.
in terms of story, yeah, in terms of story, One Piece is just way better. The
Hmm.
only thing I would say that Naruto has over One Piece would be power scaling.
Hmm.
And by power scaling, I mean only the four main characters are really just that lethal.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
just the thing about it. Because I had this argument before when I told them One Piece characters are way more ridiculous than Naruto characters,
Hmm.
and he's like, no, they're not. I'm like, I
What?
can prove it.
Yes, you can. With
I was like,
any
I can prove it.
character in One Piece.
He's like, all right, fine. How do you prove it? Take a regular person, take a regular shinobi from Naruto. Yeah, what about him? Take a regular person from One Piece. Like take a regular marine. He's like, okay, what about it? They're getting bodied. The marine's gonna body them. They're like, yeah, but they're a ninja though. They can just, dodge and all kinds of stuff like that. I was like, if you take a Jonin, if you take a Jonin and you put them up against a vice admiral
Hmm.
is probably unless it's Kakashi or
Hmm.
Might Guy, chances are that vice admiral is whooping their ass.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, yeah, but how can they
10,000%.
set some? They got observation hockey. Try again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but they have chakra. They can't really set stuff like that. They have hardening hockey. Try again.
Hmm.
They don't. They can literally hit people without even touching them. Try again. Let's keep it going. Hey, but what if they jump them? If one of those vice admirals have conqueror's hockey, they're done.
Hmm.
Like try it. That's 3 strikes. You out.
Listen, it's like the Naruto fans, like, they're like, Naruto's obviously better than One Piece. It's like, have you read One Piece? And they're like, well, no. I'm like, read One Piece, and then they're like, bro, this shit is gold.
Yeah.
This shit is actually good.
And then we
Not to
and
knock
then we literally
Naruto,
just
like,
give them the
Naruto's
straw
good,
hat. And we're like,
but like, brother, like, it's not a
it's
competition.
the difference in writing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the difference in writing. It
It's
with
the
One
careful
Piece, it's a
planning
journey.
at One Piece and the payoffs, whereas
Hmm.
Naruto is just like, how about this demigod lady is the final villain? And it's like, um,
That
what?
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, literally, like, not planned at all. It's like, okay, I don't really have like an attachment to this character, and he's like, I don't feel like what, I don't feel like writing Naruto anymore. So, spider weird lady, and it's like, okay.
I mean, still it okay. While I agree that was just what the fuck, that's still better than what Taite Kubo did at the end of Bleach. Because what was that?
What do you mean? Well,
What
I mean,
was that?
the ending of it was rushed, but like, I like the Thousand Year Blood War arc. I think it's really fucking good. Besides the way it ends is like mixed, but
How many broken? I'm not gonna lie.
listen, okay, Bleach. All right, all right.
There's a
If we
lot
want
of
to talk about,
characters with
hold
broken
on,
ass
hold
powers.
on, hold on. If we're gonna talk about Bleach, we have to acknowledge first, or at least I have to say, Bleach is cool looking. Bleach is fun to watch. If you think more than Jesus, lisp there. If you go on thinking about it for more than 5 seconds, you're not watching Bleach correctly. Like, you just have to go. Wait, this is happening. Shh, shh. Just watch. Shh. It's Kingdom Hearts. It's like shh, shh. It doesn't make any sense. Just keep watching.
I mean, I'll give you that because to some extent, Bleach kind of knows that it's ridiculous.
Bleach's
So I'll
art
give you
is
that. It's
awesome, though. I love everything about Bleach's
I
art is incredible to me.
and when he says he likes everything about Bleach's art, just imagine him like he's just imagining Yoruichi doing that cat pose.
Shut up. No, I'm not thinking about that at all. Even though she is the finest Bleach lady, I will say. I'm not married yet.
Ooh, hope he's watching that stream.
She doesn't watch these streams. She's like, nerdy
Oh,
stuff?
damn.
Goodbye.
Y'all are gonna have a nice, long, and happy life. I kid, I kid.
No. She's.
Uh,
No, I've gotten her into like she's caught up with the Marvel movies since she's been with me. Um,
ooh,
she
I got.
watched what did we watch? What anime did we watch? Oh, Furin. We got to watching um the Elf
Mhm.
one. Um,
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good.
yeah. She watched. What did she watch? Oh, she's watched Arcane with me. She likes Arcane, so she's like willing to give it a shot. You know, some animes not so
Mhm.
much though. Like,
I mine went through some of the classics. We have not watched all of the Marvel movies because that's a lot.
mm,
But I've shown her some some decent anime. Let's what I show her. Code
yeah.
Geass, Death Note. Um,
Steph is like a little hesitant on the anime stuff, but I could get away with the superhero stuff.
um, I think I'm the opposite. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm the opposite where she doesn't. So she doesn't. Mine doesn't mind superhero stuff. It's just that it's expansive. That's the thing. Like the whole MCU, that's expansive. And
Mm-hmm.
in my honest opinion, I'd probably like we've seen some of the movies. Like we've seen Shang-Chi. She really loved that.
Nice.
We saw Eternals. She didn't mind it, but she admitted Shang-Chi was way better, which let's be real, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck Eternals was up to, I'll be honest with you. So
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't mind it. It's just that it's way too dang expensive. While anime, it's a lot quicker,
Mm-hmm.
depending on which anime,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean, with the thing with oh, we also watched Attack on Titan together. That's the other one we watched. The
Hmm.
thing is though, like because me and you, we've watched anime for a while now. We're okay with all the tropes and stuff. We get it, and like if you
Hmm.
show anyone from the outside anime like that is just starting anime when they're 20 years old, like they're like this is weird, and like you can't say no it's not. You're like yeah it is a little fucking weird. Like we're just used
Well,
to all this like
mhm.
oni-chan like type of shit, and then like you get secondhand embarrassment when they look at you and they're like fucking really like what the fuck is this, and you're like no but
Well, it
like it's a really good
depends.
plot. I swear.
It typically depends on what you show them because, like, I show my girl mainly seinen stuff, but more like not so much that slapstick stuff. The
Yeah.
closest I did show is I tried showing her One Piece.
Hmm.
That did not go over well. I'm gonna be honest.
No, she didn't like it.
Um,
My girlfriend doesn't like
she did not
One
like.
Piece either.
She didn't like the live action. She didn't like the live action. She thought the
Oh,
live action
I had
was
the
too
opposite. My
cartoony.
my girlfriend liked the live action, and then I showed her um the anime. I'm like, let's watch the anime, and she's like, and like watching back those uh first couple episodes, it's like, wow, this pacing is like kind of a little off, and like also like the animation budget is not there. I mean, it's Toei animation, so what are you
That's the
expecting
thing.
here?
I'm not.
But like,
See, because like my girl loves fantasy. She reads and absorbs fantasy books, and I
mhm.
keep telling her everything you like in a story, it's in One Piece.
Yeah.
Literally, like, you just gotta pick it up. I told her like at least read the manga. At least read the manga. She can't get into manga. She can't. I was like, damn it.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I'm gonna be honest,
yeah. My fiance
I
would
am not
never
about to sit through.
pick up.
I'm
She's
not about to
like,
sit through and watch all of One Piece. I
she,
can't do it. Too
she's
much.
like, she's like, I have to read it backwards, and that's where the conversation would stop.
Yeah, no, that same, fucking same,
Hmm.
fucking same. She was like, I tried it, I couldn't get into it. I was like, why? Why'd you stop?
Hmm.
Was it because you had to hold it backwards? The longest silence ever. And she was like, maybe. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's just like once you start young, it's like you automatically pick it up. It's like Pokemon and everything else. You
Mhm.
start it young and you just like understanding it immediately. Then you try to introduce something from your childhood to like uh like someone who's in their like 20s, and they're just like, "What?"
Mhm.
Like, "What is this?" And it's like, "Oh, like I can't like uh I can't say anything negative about it because like you just didn't grow up with it, so that's probably why you don't understand. But like it hurts still."
Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah.
But the good news, at least for both of us, is One Piece the anime. They're giving. I don't know when it's coming out, but they're gonna give
Yes,
it the Kai treatment.
I told her we're watching that one. She's like, I'm like, if your only complaint is
I
animation, then we are watching that one because Wit Studios will do a good job.
Yeah, I told her the similar thing. I told her like if it's good enough and the pacing isn't too bad, I'm gonna show you that because like literally that that One Piece is my childhood, and I'm like I can't hang around with you and you don't even at least get a taste of my childhood. Like you need to see what I grew up with. You need to see the type of stuff that I like eat till this day. I'm still excited to see. Wake up every week to be like, oh, new chapter, time to read. Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you gotta experience some culture. You gotta experience some culture.
You gotta experience a little bit of culture.
So I'm looking forward to that. There's some there. I think some new episodes came out with the new animation, like from the start of year two, the start of the Fisherman Island arc.
Yeah,
So far, from the few images that I've seen, not bad. A lot of people have been giving it some high praise.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've stuck with it through the manga. I don't think I could make the I can't make the jump. I don't think so. I mean, with the new series, I will,
Um,
but like jumping on to like the new episodes, I feel like I'm like, oh, I've already kind of read it.
no, I'm the same way. I can't do it either. Like I would only do it is if they have like if there's a fight that I really want to see animated that's gonna show up. Like I guess small spoilers, even though this came out in the anime already, but like the Garp versus Aokiji, I was like, oh no, I gotta watch that. That I gotta
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Like that was epic.
Hmm.
Especially with that one freeze frame of them giving them the dap. I'm like, oh my god, like the animators for One Piece now, pay them. They need a
Yeah,
raise.
yeah.
They need a raise.
Hmm.
Pay them. Oh my gosh. They're doing the Lord's work.
Pay them in whatever currency they want.
Oh my gosh, that was a fantastic episode. Garp just shows up in there, just blitzing it. Oh my lord, that was amazing.
Yeah, I was I like to rewatch some of the streams and stuff, and I
Hmm.
like a day or two ago I rewatched the One Piece one that we did together, and like
Hmm.
I was just we were talking about um the most botched character in One Piece, and that being fucking
Hmm.
Smoker. And we were just like, brother, Garp just took Smoker's place. He's just like, hold my beer, buddy. Like I'm now what you always should have been.
Yeah, so the problem is very simple with Smoker is it's very simple. The moment Luffy learned hockey, he became obsolete.
Hmm.
That's just the cold hard truth. The moment hockey was on the table, there was not a goddamn thing Smoker could do.
Yep. Exactly.
And it's sad. It's really sad because the moment we saw him getting bodied by Doflamingo, and then literally in the same arc or in the next arc, we see Luffy kick him to the curb.
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, no, Gar or not Gar, but Smoker cannot catch up. He
Yeah.
cannot catch up.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
It,
Oh.
it it sucks.
Oh, sorry. No, finish your thought before I go on to something completely
I'll
different.
say it sucks because Luffy does need a decent rival on the Marine side, but like if Smoker can't do it,
Hmm.
they can't like he's a Yonko now. Like and I don't like the one criticism I have with the manga is that it seems like they're trying to hype up that Kobe's gonna be the one to get in Luffy's way. I'm like, fuck out of here with that.
Yeah.
Luffy's been bopping Kobe since the damn start. There's no way he's gonna be even remotely close to Luffy's level now. Get the hell out of here with that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I I don't think did we ever talk about did you read My Hero or no?
Yes, I've read it all. I
Yeah.
got. If we're going into that, I got some shit to say. I
Yeah.
got some shit to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's better than how Jujutsu fucking ended. That's for fucking sure. But
I'll give you that. I will definitely give you that.
dude, oh,
But
talk about a
my
fumbled bag. Oh my god, what the fuck? But yeah, let's
Corey,
start with
what would
My
you
Hero
pick?
first. We're going into many directions, but dude, My Hero was just like brother.
Alright, so
I mean, okay, it's not awful to me. It just seems like yeah, that's like a standard ending for a shonen. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too
the
insulting to me. Jujutsu leaves a lot of questions with no answers.
so with MHA, um, so okay, when we're talking about the ending, we're talking about the first ending or the definitive ending, the new one.
I am talking about. Um, I never actually read the. I know what the extended one is with what's her face
Pretty
the
much,
grabbing the girl.
they give the shippers what they want.
Well,
Yeah, they give
they
the
don't
shippers
give
what
the
they want.
shippers what they want. The Bakanu and Deku clan were
Okay, all right.
devastated that day.
I heard people were ranting on Twitter about that shit too. If you were one of the people that wanted like
It's
Bakugo and Deku
listen,
to actually
those are
get together,
15,
seek help. Seek
16
help.
year olds.
Seek
Like,
help.
just let them have a cry out. Whatever. It's like it's
Not if they're gonna attack. Not if they're gonna attack Horikoshi. Like if you want to crash
okay.
out,
Yes,
fine.
yes, yeah,
Good man. Don't. I will not stand for that. That I'm not standing
yes,
for. Don't
yes,
attack
yes,
him.
yes.
Leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Um. But yeah, the ending was fine. I didn't mind the ending. What I did not like was the road we took to get there because I've been saying this for years and I'll keep saying it again. Giving Deku access to all those powers was a fucking mistake. Should
Yeah.
have never happened.
Mm-hmm.
He should have stayed with super strength and that's it.
Mm-hmm. I just
Um,
felt okay. So,
Number two.
or sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Hold up. The second thing that was a big mistake. Making 2 all for ones. That should have never happened either.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
The moment that happened, I was like, the story is over. Because realistically,
But that's
without the use of ass pulls, there's no way the heroes are gonna win.
that's
There's
the
no
thing.
way.
That's the thing, though, is My Hero during its final arc didn't fucking end for a while. That final arc lasted forever. I was like, oh my, like the pacing of it. The pacing of My Hero's ending
Happy.
is garbage. It's so bad. I'm like, just
See,
end. Just
I'm
end.
happy. I'm happy you brought the ending because this brings up the third and final problem that I have with the series as a whole. And I know a lot of people are gonna get on my case. They did the final arc too soon. They should have
Yeah.
waited.
Yeah.
They should have done a couple more. They should have graduated first. They should have at least graduated the second years before they did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They did it too soon. Because like when I look at My Hero, it gives me the same type of feeling of One Piece, where like you have an expansive world, you have an expansive power system, you have other countries that have hero systems in place. You could explore that.
Mm-hmm.
Go across the world. Let's see how it is in like have Deku go to freaking the U.S. and try to become a hero there for a while. Like have him, no, but like explore the hero side in the other aspects of the country. You could do that. Make the characters gain some experience by traveling across the world, so that way when we get to the final arc, it is way more believable that they were able to pull off the shit that they did.
Yeah. No, I
Like that. That's
wholeheartedly
my
agree.
whole issue. Those are the 3 problems I have. Deku having all those powers, mistake. Having 2 all for ones, big mistake. Having the arc happen so soon, huge mistake. 3 things that should have never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I stand by it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I mean, I think I don't know. To me, My Hero, like, it suffers from first anime syndrome, and what I mean by that is like people just getting into anime. They're like, oh, My Hero, let's try this out, and then they think it's the GOAT. Just like with Demon Slayer fans, they're like, oh, this is peak. I'm like, you haven't, buddy, you haven't experienced peak yet. And then they put it on such a high pedestal, and meanwhile, I'm just trying to be like, it's fun, it's all right. It's like, what do you mean it's just all right? I'm like, it's just fine. Like, I remember, I don't know, do you follow the Trash Taste podcast with Giguk and the Anime Man and
Oh, I used to a little bit, but I haven't, not recently, no.
yeah, so Joey aka the Anime Man, um, which is funny because he reads manga, he doesn't even fucking watch anime. Um, he was just like, My Hero, 6 out of 10 series, and then like he got ripped apart on Twitter and in the comment section. It's like, what the fuck? You mean like My Hero is just a 6? Like, how could you say that? And it's like, listen,
No, I actually agree with I agree with him on that. Six out
no,
of
say
10.
I agree with him as well. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just kind of standard. It's fine, but like people put it on such a high pedestal, and it's like, guys, like this is generic, if anything, and that's fine. You know, like we all like just a simplistic kind of story, but like the way people were reacting to it was just like, buddy, this is you. Like, if you thought this was peak, you haven't seen shit.
I mean, we have like what? We have like what? A kid that's in a school with
I know
superpowers
it's every
going out
it's
there to like
and
try to
not
be
only
number
that,
one.
I
Like,
really
come on.
dislike. I I don't like how it's a superhero manga, right? But it doesn't
Hmm.
feel like a superhero manga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the
So,
superhero portion is like the background. It's the paint. But deep inside, it's just another battle shonen thing. You know, I feel
so the problem.
a better
Hmm.
example is One Punch Man. One Punch Man lives within the superhero environment and it's actually about superheroing. Whereas My Hero, like what I said before, it's a coat of paint. It's not what it's about.
So the issue is very simple with why, because I agree with you. This is a fourth thing that I think was wrong, but I don't use it because it's a little nitpicky. But the problem with that is very simple. Um, One Punch Man doesn't focus on the politics. My Hero Academia did. There you go. That's the whole thing. A good amount of it is the politics because it becomes less about heroes and villains and more about people accepted into society versus people who weren't accepted by society. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's Toga's whole
It,
backstory.
I think it
That's
does
her whole backstory.
a botched X-Men allegory. That's essentially what it is.
Yes. No, I agree.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. Because
Yeah.
they didn't go deep
It,
into it at all.
it's we
They
have
did
X-Men at home.
like my biggest complaint is that Toga should have never died. And the
Hmm.
reason why I say that is because she should have stayed alive so she could have been the change, so she could have at least influenced society in a sense. But nah, they killed her off. And I was just like, that doesn't make sense why you killed her off. Like she literally was burned by society and you give her death. You don't even we don't even get to explore it. The most we get from My Hero with the politics of society and like people being discriminated against was like against like the animal hybrids and stuff like that. That's the best we get.
Hmm.
That's it. Of us actually seeing it in
Yeah.
real time.
Yeah.
But with Toga, we got flashbacks.
Hmm.
That's it. We just have to assume that people with similar creepy powers got the same type of
Yeah. It
treatment.
does a
We just
lot of
gotta
telling, not
assume
showing.
that. And I don't like that. I don't like that in stories where we're supposed to feel bad for a
Hmm.
character. I'm like, okay, why should I feel bad? You're
Well,
telling me
it's okay
this,
to feel
but
bad,
why?
but like you have to experience it, not just be told it.
Hmm.
Like, you should feel bad, and it's like, well, you haven't shown me why I should feel bad about this.
Yeah,
Like,
like
it's like
all
the
we
cheap old
got
trick
is
in
society shit.
every like war movie where it's just like,
Hmm.
oh my god, look at the village, it's destroyed. Like, yeah, I feel bad about that. And then of course they have to pick up a doll from the ground. A child died. It's like, yes, a village was destroyed. I'm assuming there are children here. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I see it. Like, because it's one of those things where like you show us the aftermath, but if you showed us the road we got to get to this aftermath, it
Hmm.
would sting a little bit more. Like instead of implying the child died, actually like show the cut like the kid died by firing squad or something, or like
Yeah.
maybe a grenade actually
Showed
landed at the
Maria
crib.
getting shot while Shadow's running away.
Well, remember in the movie it just exploded.
No,
Remember?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was referencing the game, but
No,
yeah.
I was like a joke.
No, that's not
Like,
a
cause
joke. You know. Wait, you know about that, right?
no. Yeah, I know, but I'm making a joke saying that they changed it because a lot of people were a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
iffy about that.
Well, I mean, they're not
I
gonna
don't
listen. It's
mind.
at the end of the day, the Sonic movies are
It's a
for
kids
kids.
movie.
There's no way they're
Yeah.
gonna let like a firing squad fucking unload on a child. There's just no possible way.
No. No
Yeah.
way. No. Heck no. Um, but yeah, back to My Hero. Yeah, they a lot of telling, not enough showing, and also the ending. I guess the one before the final chapter,
Mm-hmm.
where this kid comes out of the woodwork and
Yeah.
he's about to be another. To be honest, I did not get it. I had to read comments and read people's analysis to understand what the ending was because I genuinely didn't get it when I first read it.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, it's supposed to show that that kid could have become another Shigaraki. But because the heroes won, they managed to change society where people gave a fuck about the kid and he won't turn into Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm.
That's apparently what the allegory was supposed to be. Um, Cool
Didn't stick the
didn't land
landing.
for me.
Yeah.
Did not land.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if a lot of people have to look up what your ending means, you didn't do a good job of explaining it. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't do a good job of setting it up. You just know. Just
You botched the whole thing. You just ruined it. Oh god. Yeah. I mean, that's better than fucking jiu-jitsu where it's just like, bye.
Well, it's better because Horikoshi came back and fixed it. At least giving us the damn shipping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I won't
At
lie.
least he gave us the ship.
Well, to be honest, I understand why people were mad about it because I hate when writers do this shit. And
Yeah.
Ruby, that franchise is a big proponent of doing this nonsense
Ruby
where
is
the
garbage,
writers
dude.
tease, the writers purposely tease two characters getting together, but do nothing with it. It's
Mm-hmm.
called shit baiting. It sucks. It's
Mm-hmm.
stupid. I'm like, you spend half the damn series making it clear that these two characters are going to get together, and you don't even give us a payoff.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? The hell is this?
Yeah.
So Shigaraki coming up with that extra chapter just to give us just to give us that. Hell, they didn't.
Well,
Like,
that's
the
what
fact
like
that he didn't put a kiss
shonen.
scene and he just put
Yeah,
a
yeah.
simple thing. I mean, that's all we needed.
Mm-hmm. That's what shonen always does, though. Like they're very like generic shonen series. I'm talking about even like Naruto, Bleach, all that shit. Like One Piece, there's not romance is the adventure. But like
Pretty much.
I think that's what the author literally said too. So, I'm gonna take his word for it. But like they never like they set up these like childhood best friend blah blah blah, and it's not till the very end where it's like okay we're together now, and it's like god damn like you need build up. Like
Okay,
this
to be
just feels
fair,
like
to be fair, take Naruto off of that list. I'll take Naruto off that list, and let me tell you why I'll take Naruto off that
what's
list.
that?
Because here's the thing. In this series, Naruto didn't even know who the fuck Hinata was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, throughout the series. Now, this is consistent until Naruto, the last movie, comes out, where it's hinted and implied, not fucking implied, it was shown that Naruto and Hinata were childhood friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Kishimoto, you got some explaining to do
Yeah.
because I see bullshit.
Yeah. I don't know. It still feels underbaked to me, honestly. Like if I'm gonna be 100 with you, it like I don't know. With these series, it always feels underbaked. Like this is just with anime in general. They're so stuck on the like, oh my god, after 150 chapters, I got to hold her hand. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, like I fucking
Okay,
like.
so that's okay. So here's the thing. Your issue, that's an issue you get with manga that are actually manga or anime that are actually geared towards romance. Like
Well, it's with the
I'm not
shonen
gonna get
anime too.
I'm not
like I would
yeah, no,
prefer
because
like
they're
up
shown
to
it. Well,
let's say you have a 500 chapter like
mhm.
series just in general, just let's say shonen, the shojo or whatever it's called. um
Mhm.
I don't read a lot of it. Peter does because weirdo. Uh, but
Interesting.
um, like if okay, let's just say you have a 300 chapter series planned out. By
Mhm.
150, I think they should be together because then you get to be like, okay, here are what relationships are about. I feel like that's missing a lot in
No,
anime. It's just like,
I
okay,
agree. No,
here's
I
the
100%
relationship.
agree.
They're finally together now. Everything is perfect. It's like, no. In relationships, once you get together, it's like, okay, let's figure out how we work with each other. It's not just like you could be of the best of friends. You could have grown up together and like finally now you're together, and then by 6 months to a year, you could just be like, I'm not feeling it, and it's like, like they just like they
So
save it toward the very end. It's like, see, yay, and then they have kids. It's like, well, fucking, I felt nothing. Like there was no
we'll
fucking
see.
build up, no payoff.
My the thing about that though, the thing about that type of ending that you don't like, it works if the series is not purely about romance. Like, so if we take Naruto for example, Naruto's whole adventure wasn't trying to get with Hinata. It was trying to get him to be Hokage and shit.
Right, right, right.
At the end is when he gets with Hinata.
Yeah.
To me, that makes sense because if we look at it from his perspective or from the perspective of the main character, he was following his mission, his goal first.
Mm-hmm.
Then women came afterwards. When the work was done, then he relaxed and focused on women. That's how it looks like, which makes sense. If
Yeah.
you're on a hero's journey, usually women take a back or leisurely stuff take a back seat for whatever you're trying to like your mission is,
Mm-hmm.
right? But but like in a romance, I 100% agree. Just get together because I had this conversation with my friend and he was talking about like, yo, K dramas are pretty good because they have like awesome romance and stuff. And I told him they're He's
Yeah.
like, you don't really like romance, do you? I told him, no, I actually do like romantic stories. What I don't like though is the constant will they, won't they type of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, that's only cute for so long. After like, if
Yes.
you have, like you said, like at 300, like at
Rent a
300
girlfriend.
chapters,
Rent a girlfriend. End. Be over.
thank you, like thank you,
Like
so
I
fucking
remember
said it.
Peter. At least Peter got out of that. But like he got out of that shit. He's like, yo, I'm out. But like people like, oh yeah, the movie arc is so good. It's like, okay, do they get together at the end of it? And they're like, well, no, but like they like talk
And
about each
what's the
other's
point?
feelings. I'm like, I fucking, how long have these characters been together? Like over 6 months? Like, bruh, like come on, come on.
Yeah, nah,
Like maybe it's just
that's the
different in
thing.
Japan, but like I can't be that fucking different.
Nah, they like to. It's not just Japan either. It's like I think Asia, because like you see this with some K dramas as well.
Yeah.
I won't speak to Chinese dramas because I haven't watched those,
Mm-hmm.
at least not the romantic ones. But they love to stretch out the whole will they, won't they thing. It's sickening. It's
Yeah,
madness.
it is.
I'm like, it does not take that long
No, it doesn't.
to get with a girl or
Yeah.
to get like in a relationship. It doesn't
Or
take that
not
like a
even that,
couple
to
months.
admit your feelings
Yes.
to a girl. Like bare minimum.
Not take that fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
It really does not take that fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
Like they love that. Like for me, I always like romantic stories where like the characters get together early and we see them develop as a couple. Those stories
Yeah.
I like because we're seeing development. We're not seeing them just get together and all happy ending. No, we're seeing them get together. They struggle a little bit, and yet they still come back and they still work through it, and they get managed to. Especially if it's like during war or during some kind of like epic thing where they have to like
Mm-hmm.
put their relationship together while they come together try to save the world. Like stories like that, I'm like, I like that shit. That's good.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You're showing complex human emotions. That's good. Constant going back and forth on, oh, I like you, or I don't know if I should confess and stuff like. Put it
Yeah.
away.
Or like,
Throw the
oh,
whole thing
you
away.
you looked at a girl, so now I was about to confess my feelings, but now I have to wait 1,000 more chapters before I try to confront you about that, and I'm gonna pretend to be really mean to you because I don't like the fact. I just like I want to fucking throw a brick at your fucking forehead. Like I'm like,
Also,
shut the fuck up.
while we're on the topic,
Yeah.
tsunderes are overrated. I said it.
Oh, you
I
don't want a
said
real
it.
life tsundere. Like, anime has this thing of romanticizing like a tsundere. You don't want that. You don't want a yandere. It's like, bruh, them ladies, they be like real life ones. They be annoying. Like if you know, not that I've
I'm gonna
dated
I'm gonna be honest.
something like that, but yeah.
Dandaries and Kudaries those are the ones. To
Which ones
me,
are
those are
those?
my favorites. Dandaries and okay, so a Dandary is basically Hinata. They're shy,
Oh, shy
they're
ones.
very reserved. Yeah, the shy ones, that's pretty much what they are. And Kudaries,
Hmm.
they are similar to shy ones, but they're just not talkative. They're just more reserved.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
those are like let's see more of those, please.
I mean,
Let's see more of
Comey can't
those.
communicate is good in that department because like the characters are together in that, and the series is still going. It's like, oh wow, look at that. Now I haven't read it. I only see like Twitter arguments about this shit. So like, take it with a goddamn grain of salt. But like, I look at that like, oh, the manga's still continuing, and they're finally in a relationship. Wow, that's good. Instead of Red to Girlfriend, it's like, huh, but I can't admit my feel. It's like, oh my god, shut up.
Yeah, I
Or you do it like a quintuplet. What the fuck was it called? Quintuplet sister. I love my five sisters, or I'm in love with five sisters, or some shit like that.
I think yeah, that was it.
Yeah, where like you
I
build
have
up
not
a bunch of
watched that one.
characters, and then like the author's like, all right, I want to end this, and then he just, I don't know, you, and then the whole fan base is like, fucking what,
Yeah,
her?
yeah, I heard about. Yeah, no one liked who he picked. Nobody.
Yeah,
I was like, wow. Nobody liked that shit. I was like, God damn, y'all
mhm.
people really get mad over shipping. But to be fair, if it's a romance anime, getting mad over shipping is warranted in my opinion. If it's a romance, yeah, it's very warranted.
Well, by design, it's supposed to divide you into teams, you know, like
Hmm.
Peter's really big into like fruit baskets, right? Is that what fruit basket or fruit baskets? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Fruit I heard of it. I gotta see it, but I think it's fruit baskets with an
Yeah,
S.
like, but it's that shit where it's like he's like, no, but like they're like
Oh, just fruit basket, no S.
basket.
Okay.
Okay, what? I don't care. I'm never gonna watch it. But it's like uh, with that one at the very least, I think there's some dating around in there, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. But like, still, like relationships take forever to fucking develop. Apparently, I haven't watched it. It's just from what Peter have told me. Maybe I'm
People
misrepresenting,
really
but yeah.
seem to like the people really like seem to like slow burns. That's the thing. They really like slow
But like,
burns.
you could
Me,
still create
I
drama when characters are in a relationship. In fact, that's where the most drama would come in. If I
mm-hmm,
think it's like,
mm-hmm.
wow, I really thought you were this person, but you're not. It's like, yeah, I guess I'm not. Or
Because
they
like,
they
because
do work
honestly,
together, but like, it's just like they have to work it out. And how do you write them working it out? Uh, you know, that's hard to
well, see,
do.
because my thing is the drama is more believable if they're dating. Because like,
Hmm.
let's keep it a buck. Like, I won't speak on Asia, but let's keep it a buck with like over here in the West,
Hmm.
right? If you like a girl and you about to go after said girl, but you realize that girl is messing around with another dude, most of us with common sense aren't going to be like, "Oh my God, how could she do that?" Or we'll be like, "Okay, on to the next one." Simple as that. There's no long
You
plot
yeah
to
yeah
figure
you
out
you
why she
move
did
on.
what she did,
You
or
get heartbreak
exactly.
and stuff like that, but then you generally move on. Yeah, and I think it would be even more dramatic in like an anime if it's like, wow, they broke my heart, and then like they're gone, and the character could still think about them, but
Mhm.
like I don't know what I'm trying to say. It, I don't know. Like
There's
it's hard
there's a
because I
one
don't
manga
consume it
I
a lot,
read.
so this might be happening, but from whatever I've seen, it doesn't.
So one manga that I read that okay, I'm not gonna lie, I do hate the ending because the ending was fucking rushed, but it does have the complexity of like dating,
Hmm.
drama, and stuff like that. It's called Good Ending. I don't know if it ever got an anime.
Does it have a good
Um,
ending?
they
they
say it. No,
so they
I
claim
shit
it.
you not. I shit you not, towards the end, like one of the main girls was just so like, with you, I feel like it'd have a good ending. And I'm like,
Uh,
they did not just fucking do that. God, man. I was like, they did not just fucking do that. Oh my God. Ugh. The creator of that also made a popular series as well. That was pretty good. Um, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. It's the one where that guy fucks his two sisters unknowingly.
Ew. Oh.
Domestic girlfriend. They're not
Oh.
blood related.
Yeah.
They're
Oh.
not.
Oh, they're like step.
Yeah, they're step. He
All
didn't
right.
know though. He
I
found out
I go from
later.
ew to all right.
But yeah, the creator.
Listen,
If for those
listen.
who have watched
If
Domestic
anyone
Girlfriend,
has been around, you've been around those sites, you know. That's how they get around it. They're like, oh, no, we're not blood really. It's like, oh, okay, this is
step
fine then.
brother, I'm
I'm
stuck. Can you
stuck.
help me out?
This is the fifth time you've been stuck in the fucking laundry machine, you stupid bitch.
Oh,
Oh my god,
yeah.
yeah.
But there are some to get to back on the point. There are
Yeah, yeah.
some that show complex relationships. Good Ending is one. Domestic Girlfriend, the same creator who did Good Ending. That's also a good one too that shows complex human like relationships, stuff like
Relationship, yeah.
that. I'll be honest with you though, it's complex for other reasons as well. There is drama, but there's also I guess slight spoiler. One of his stepsisters is his teacher.
Ah,
And they have a relationship too, by the way. So there's like a
ah,
lot of complexities to it. So
ah.
um
I see. I have also seen this one, I think, on the hub.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. At some point when I was reading that series, I felt like I was like, did they just go to the hub's like for you page and just take every genre and figure out what sticks?
Right.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just curious.
And then just explain it in like a fucking paragraph. Like the title is like, that time I got reincarnated as a slime with my stepsister.
Wow. There was one episode.
That
I
time I
saw
got
one
reincarnated
episode.
into a vending machine. That's a real one.
I saw one where this guy got reincarnated as a dog and pretty much
Yeah.
I don't know if he has full on sex, but he does some shit with his master, who's a girl.
Yeah. That shit is like
I forgot
weird.
the name of it, but I was just like, what the hell is this? I'm like, people will fap to anything nowadays. My God.
Anime really do be going out there sometimes. Really. Oh man. All right, man. Well, uh, I gotta get going. I gotta move my car for me girl so she can park in the garage. She should be coming in at around 10. But thank you for joining the stream, man. I really appreciate you. You saved the stream. I was talking to myself, and I was just like, I feel insane right now. Like I need someone to bounce off of. So thank you for saving the stream yet again, Leon.
You're welcome anytime. I got you, bro.
Yeah. And of course, we'll talk again soon. But that's gonna be it for this live stream, guys. Fuck generic goodbyes. Goodbye. End of stream.